This episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by Onnit and their flagship product, Alpha Brain. Alpha Brain is the first fully balanced nootropic designed to increase focus and mental drive. For our listeners, get 15% off when you use promo code ROOSTER at onnit.com/gaming. That's ONNIT.com/gaming. Hey everyone!
Hi!
Hey!
That's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
Everybody.
Show.
Bernie's having internet trouble like always.
Yeah, I got Gus right across from me over here, and I can't figure out how to
So
get
far
him.
away.
We got
Sorry.
a Christmas Stella.
Yes, I think
Stella?
Kara supplied us with the beer this week, like
Like a
always.
Wanza Stella.
Thank
All right,
you-
before
thank
we
you, Kara.
start anything at all, I want an immediate explanation of Gus's jacket. Please.
Dude, that thing
I don't know if you know this. I lettered in Xbox in high school. I was the quarterback of my Madden team.
Were you a member of the Alpha Betas?
No, this is part of the stuff I wanted, the Child's Play charity dinner that we went
You
to.
got to show the back, though.
last
The
week.
back's where it's at.
The back, I don't know if I can really turn around and show it effectively to camera. But it says,
there you go. Oh, yeah.
it says
Oh,
Xbox
yeah.
on the back. I guess this was
You are so smooth.
this was a jacket that.
You actually look giant. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. It kind of hovers out on your body.
You can see some of the other things that we won around the set. Like
You
right
gotta
behind-
stop winning stuff because
There
it
we
makes
go.
you say the word one, and you can't say it right. You say one.
Up there
look,
where
Well,
Jack's
it's the
pointing.
Hispanic in us.
That Xbox Live neon. we
Xbox
got
Live
that.
neon
That's
sign,
pretty
and if you
cool.
look behind me, there's an Xbox launch edition that's signed by Bill Gates.
How many of those did you win?
One.
Just one.
And then we got like a bunch of games, and
Dude, you gotta-
and also back there, yeah, there's like a prototype.
Why is
of
the middle
Duke.
of the controller missing?
That's a prototype.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And apparently
my
you
God.
won a Mordor.
Yeah, you won Mordor.
You won the Eye of Sauron in there.
Hey, you won
The Tower
Sauron.
of Barad-dûr. We'll get to that in a bit.
Wow, good memory. The tower.
I had to look it up earlier because I was doing a Google image search to find a picture of the tower.
The one that it showed, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, I learned about the Tower Barad-dûr. I had to remember that because it's actually one of the levels that's in Lego Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Have you played any of that yet?
No, I haven't.
It's not bad.
I'm excited to try it out.
They pump out those Lego games like crazy.
If you've ever played Lego
yeah.
games before, this one's a little bit different because this one, it's like the hub area where you go from level to level, like on the Star Wars games, it's like a cantina,
Yeah.
and you just walk into the different levels. It's not like that in Lord of the Rings. In Lord of the Rings, it's the entire goddamn map of Middle Earth, and you have to walk across the whole thing to
That
go to
seems
different
annoying.
levels.
That's cool.
So
You
like
can
a fast
fast travel
Oh, okay.
a little bit, but it is pretty damn
What
annoying.
does that mean? Like it puts you halfway there?
You have to go to these statues and then unlock the fast travel
Oh, see, that's annoying.
locations.
They did that in Assassin's Creed, where you have to walk to completely out of your way to find that little tunnel that would take you to another tunnel.
It's like
Waste
Legend
of
of
time.
Zelda when you hit the owls.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Borderlands 2. It's like they have the fast travel
Yeah.
stations, but you gotta get to them to fast travel.
Rolling back to Lord of the Rings, I
Alright, go
wanted
ahead.
to talk about our new video series that we released on Monday. Before we get to anything else, a simple walk into Mordor, which is a video that Chris and Kerry made while they were down in New Zealand and Australia for the Supernova convention.
I rarely show
and
any emotion. I was almost crying with laughter at episode 1. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
it's
should
it's
definitely
really
check
funny.
it
We
out.
have Chris and Kerry here with us, joining us
Where
for
are
the
they?
podcast so that they can talk about their experiences walking across New Zealand, probably trespassing.
I don't think there's no probably about it. They were jumping fences, doing God knows what.
So if we can get those guys over here,
Hey,
that'd be cool.
there they are.
So there they are.
Look, they're in Mordor.
They're in front of the Tower of Barad-dûr. How are you guys doing?
Not trespassing at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot of
Jumping in, trespassing in.
Yeah.
A lot of trouble.
So you all had to walk 120 miles in 6 days?
That was the
That
plan.
was the attempt?
That's the attempt, yeah. Because we're dumb. Because we're dumb people.
We very quickly hated that idea.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
So in the first episode, Chris, you run around like an idiot anytime you see an animal, it seems like.
Yeah.
Chasing it.
That's a reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like there's a farmer who sees you guys trespassing or walking through his land. He's like, all right, look at these assholes. I guess I'll just let them be. And then you start chasing his fucking cows or his sheep.
Yeah. Well, the worst thing is he kept chasing the animals. Like, he would chase the animals when we were in the pits with the animals. So, like, one time he was chasing cows, and we were in the thing with the cows.
He was fearless. I've got close to a cow, and they're huge, heavy things.
Yeah, imagine, like, 30 of them.
Yeah.
And they just kept, like, running at us, stopping,
now they're in
looking.
the Shire.
No, I'm, like, walking away.
I feel bad about that, though, because from what people posted on the internet, Apparently that curdles their milk.
Oh,
I curdled
that
milk.
can't be
You've ruined
true.
the New Zealand milk
No
supply.
way that's true.
Chris Maris,
Such a
milk
wise-
curdler.
Such a wives' tale.
What exercise
What curdles
curdles
your
your
milk?
Yeah,
Now
like the
all
milk-
baby cows are eating cheese for the next
The
3
milk
weeks.
jostles up in the udders, and it's
Yeah,
like,
it gets
makes
all
butter
warm and mixed up.
That's
Udder
like,
jostler.
you feed a cow chocolate, you get chocolate milk out of it. That's how it works, right?
Wouldn't that be great if instead of churning butter, you just had to chase the cows for an afternoon, and then you can milk the butter out of them?
Just gotta like shake them up.
You have to chase them in the cold
How do you
weather.
milk the
Yeah.
butter? That's disgusting.
How does that work? How do you turn milk into butter? They have the stick and they
turn
have
it.
the bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
you
that?
turn it and then you
just-
take.
Yeah,
what
I
you
know. I'm
turned-
asking
Really,
what
Chris?
that is. You can't
like
just
a-
say the word again.
It's
I mean,
agitated milk.
Yeah, they just agitate it.
agitated.
That's
I
what
guarantee if I
Yeah,
give
milk,
Gavin
yeah.
a glass of milk and he agitates it,
I'll agitate some milk right now. You got any milk?
I bet
Well-
you would. You talking about your genitals.
Well, you got to get like the straight milk. I think it has to have a higher fat content, like when it
Yeah.
comes out of the cow.
No,
No
I'm
homosexual
backing,
milk,
I'm backing
right?
him up on
Yeah,
this.
I know
That's
how to
true.
make butter, believe it or not.
Sound like gay
You
shit.
you churn it, you agitate it, and then you like compress it down into a compact space, and then you chill it. You put it like on
So
ice
it's
or
just,
something.
butter is just squashed cold milk.
Squashed, cold, fat.
So
from
could
milk.
you churn, like if I had a little cup, could I like...
Okay,
Yeah,
look.
cup, you like
All
that?
right.
Gavin's making butter. So if I
Boy
take,
butter.
it can't be just. It has to be like milk from a cow. It can't be like
Right.
with the layers that we get now.
As
Correct.
opposed to milk from a goat or what?
No, like milk,
Like
the
a
milk that we
thing,
get
though.
from cows.
Yeah.
It's almost like oil.
That's
how they,
right.
they refine it into the different layers, like gas and oil and everything
That's
else.
why
that
you
we
have
use.
like
So it can't-
skim, 2%,
So
half
it can't
and
be
half.
milk.
Cream.
Yeah.
It can't be milk in gas form. Is that what you're saying?
pretty much. It can't be like raw oil form.
Can you get
It has to
milk?
be that.
Okay.
Can you get milk gas?
Let's
Can
get
you
back to Carrie
evaporate
and
milk?
Chris.
What happens?
But no, if there's
No, let's
Or
keep
not.
talking about milk. Why not?
Cool to whatever.
if there was an apocalypse, there's just certain things that like the average we would just lose in our diet. The average person could not make cheese. They just couldn't do it.
Speak
right.
for yourself.
It's the apocalypse, right? It's the apocalypse.
No, you steal it.
Like if
You trade a bullet for it. I don't know.
we have cheese for like
Cheese,
3
man.
weeks, then all the cheese would be gone,
Yeah, but
and nobody else would be able to make cheese.
Here's my issue
There's
with that.
4 people in the world that know how to make cheese.
Who cares? Just don't have cheese.
You
Why
say
go
that
out of
now,
your way?
Gavin? But
Well,
wait
I
till there's no goddamn
I
cheese.
could go the rest of my life without
A
cheese.
world
That's
without
bullshit.
cheese is not a world that I want to live in, Gavin.
Amen, Carrie. Oh, now he's in Jurassic Park for some reason.
What?
Where's Jeff Goldblum?
There's a
he's
velociraptor
there.
behind you.
That's the forest with the elves. I
Well,
think.
actually, you guys being here today is a little bit of a spoiler because it just goes to show that you guys actually survived this little endeavor, which is not really clear from the video if you guys are going to live or not.
I'm waiting for the
Just the-
episode where
yes.
Chris chases sharks.
That's episode 4. Yeah. Yeah. Spoiler alert: we didn't die.
We didn't
So,
die.
oh well.
We did not come out unharmed.
No.
I will say that.
Well,
Did
there's-
you
there's a-
guys study anything? What did you do to prepare for this?
Study.
Lord
of the, we read the books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not like almanacs or like maps or anything, right? It's
No.
just- okay. you
We
read
did. I
books,
mean,
so-
we researched like where we were walking,
Yeah.
so that we knew we weren't just like. I mean, besides just going south, like we had trails and paths and whatnot.
Through people's property.
So I think the first time we talked about this, the first time I heard about it, I think it was like January of this year. We were planning out the events we're going to be attending this year. And Carrie comes up to me, he's like, hey, I'd really like to go to Australia because when I'm down there, I want to go to New Zealand. And I just want to try to walk from where they filmed The Shire to where they filmed Mount Doom. And I was like, shut up. I was like, don't tell anyone that idea. I was like, we're going to start working on this immediately. We'll film it.
That was. I think
Great
that was probably
idea.
the biggest secret I've ever kept in my life. It's just like because I didn't want to tell anybody because I didn't want anybody to try and like run out there.
Yeah,
before us,
I
so-
can't believe nobody had done it before.
I know. It's
I can. It was fucking hard.
That's true.
But we're glad you guys survived. We're glad you guys are back with us. When will the new videos be released? Is it every Monday?
We're doing every Monday and Friday.
Okay.
That's not
tomorrow?
bi-weekly, Carrie, by the way.
Shut up. It's
Can
bi-weekly.
you say how many episodes there are?
I think we're shooting for 4.
We're shooting for 4. And then we might do like a post after the fact one, or we might just have a 5th one. We don't know. It's hard to tell because we're still editing it.
A post after the fact
Technically,
or a
isn't this
fifth one?
isn't this post after the fact?
Yeah,
right
I would
now?
think so.
Yeah.
So
That's
we'll
too
have
meta.
a second episode this Friday and then
Yeah.
2 next week.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool. And that leads up to The Hobbit, which comes out
Yeah.
next.
No, it comes out
This
this
Friday.
Friday.
Oh, it
Yeah.
comes out this Friday?
Yeah.
What
The
happened to
14th.
you?
Yeah.
Chris, what happened to your voice? Why do you sound dead?
Because I got sick.
Did you
I
get
have like
sick in New
bronchitis
Zealand?
or something,
I
right?
got bronchitis while I was in New Zealand.
He's got mad cow disease.
Yeah, it was the best thing ever because right before we left, he started coughing like really, really badly. I was, super worried about all this stuff. And then the second day we were walking, he reaches over to my water and drinks out of my water. And
Well, we
like,
were
just
like-
didn't even think about it. He was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna drink this water."
Yeah, well, we were like living in a tent together anyway,
Yeah.
so at that point it didn't really matter.
You practically died at that
I
point.
beg to differ.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
Yeah, let him tell the story. Let him build the narrative slowly over time. The love affair.
All right,
that's cool.
We'll get the hell out of here, guys. Thanks
Yeah.
thanks for joining us.
We're looking forward to more of it.
I'm really excited to watch the rest of the
So funny.
series.
Just so you know, I saw The Hobbit in 48 frames 3D this weekend. That shot of Chris and Carrie is actually more realistic than some of the shots in The Hobbit, the way it looks. Yeah.
Well, that 48 frames is like that. It's like when you get a TV that's 120 hertz or whatever, and it's just too smooth.
It is exactly like that.
That's terrible.
You nailed it. Well, if you don't like that aesthetic,
Yeah.
you will have a hard time watching The Hobbit in 48 frames 3D.
Do you have to
that's
watch
the way
it
I
that way?
saw it. What's that?
Do they do a half frame rate one?
I'm pretty sure you can watch it in 2D and you can watch it in 24 frames
Well,
a second.
there has to be.
Can't you just
Most
slice-
theaters probably are 24 frames a second. Don't you need a special projector for 48
Yeah,
frames per second?
I think you do.
Yes, you have to. There's certain projectors, and then you have to upgrade them.
Yeah.
And in fact, there was a big appearance by Peter Jackson. I want to say at Cine Vegas this year, where the whole purpose of presenting The Hobbit was to convince theater owners to upgrade their projectors in time for the Hobbit release.
to make everything look like a documentary.
Well, listen. So I was at Button-Umathon this weekend, where we sat down and we watched 24 hours of films. And The Hobbit was one of them. And actually, Peter Jackson came and talked about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was there in attendance.
Which film number was it? Like
What?
Nobody.
you saw like what 11, 12 movies
It was
probably.
technically number one because there's this running joke at Button-Umathon where they try to play Teen Wolf.
Oh yeah, I know.
And so
that
they
joke.
played Teen Wolf, and it got all the way through Teen Wolf to where he's taking the shot to win the championship, and then the frame stopped, and then it melted, and on came The Hobbit. So
They played the whole movie essentially. Then
they went all the way to you're really interested in Teen Wolf finally, and how's it going to end? And Michael J. Fox says, and then it.
Oh, so
and
you
it melts.
missed the guy pulling his dick out at the end of Teen Wolf.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
we talked about that on the podcast
yeah,
before, right?
he just waves it around.
I just want to say Hobbit's amazing. I reread the book to get ready to watch The Hobbit. The way they told the story, the way they added in stuff from Silmarillion, and it kind of expanded on the actual story that's in The Hobbit. All that stuff was awesome.
How is Martin Freeman?
Martin Freeman was perfect as Bilbo. Absolutely,
He's a likable chap, isn't he?
He's badass. And
I think you're the only one in this podcast that could say that and not sound completely stupid.
But I was just one of those people, and Peter Jackson even said that some of you will watch this movie and you will love 48 frames by the time it's over, and some of you will hate it. And that's just the way it is,
Yeah, it's just like it's too like people say it's like it's like looking through a window at a movie. Like that's not what I want. It's like you want that.
Watch a movie.
Yeah, like you want that cinematic feel to it.
But
There's
why-
sort of
why-
that.
It's kind of like it feels like a test almost. Why waste it on The Hobbit?
Yeah.
Brian, who works for us, Brian Beam, he made a good point. He said that because we'd already spent so much time in that world, Peter Jackson's Middle Earth, that to suddenly change the look of it midstream was jarring for some people. And I said, you nailed it. That's
Yep.
exactly what happened, is that it looked like a different production to me. So, I don't know. I think it's worth seeing it in 48 frames a second in 3D, because I'll say this. It was bar none the best 3D I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
It was not annoying to my eyes or anything
Well, it's
like
because
that.
it was shot real 3D, wasn't it?
Yeah,
With,
well, it was
with
better
two
than
cameras.
Avatar.
Well, a lot
and-
of movies like that nowadays are shot with two cameras.
A lot of them aren't though.
Yeah, well, you can tell.
Good rebuttal.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, some of it,
Nope.
like Avengers was not shot in 3D and they did it in post.
Yeah.
And it looked fine to me. It looked fine. This looked tremendous. But for a movie in the way like that, if you've ever seen it, like you're saying, was it 240 hertz TV?
Oh yeah, 120 or 240, whatever.
If you've ever seen one of those and it bothered you, then be careful. And I would
But
maybe
that's
go
a
see it in
different thing
24
to
frames.
the smooth thing though, because you can have a 240 hertz TV that just refreshes the same frame that looks better. If it's actually making frames in between the frames, that's
Yeah.
what's causing the
Right.
too smoothness.
If it interpolates the frames.
Yeah.
Well,
That-
I would
that-
say
that's
the
worse.
absence of the stereostrobic effect on film is what most people are missing, and that's what I'm missing. Is like when people are running, a lot of people say it feels like Keystone Cops to them. Like
Oh.
everybody moves too fast. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so
And
I don't know. It was, but I would definitely go see it. It's a great movie. There's a sequence in that movie. And I'm not going to tell you spoilers or anything, but it's an escape, essentially. If you've read the book, you probably know what it is.
Can't read.
It's
I got the Braille version.
it's a 10-minute escape
Like, that would be
sequence
better.
that
I
is
felt
just
the
incredible.
Why don't you just watch like the cartoon or something?
You know.
If you like the scene in Fellowship of the Ring, the scene where they're running away from the goblins and they're on those stone steps that are collapsing.
Oh, right.
If you like that scene, there's a scene in The Hobbit that's like that times 100, and it's amazing.
how
That's
is
cool.
punctuation done in Braille? Like a full stop or a comma?
I'm sure they just have a set of dots.
They have a dot, probably like a apostrophe.
It might. Are you saying is it just the one dot? Is it a period confusing?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a special mark for
Gavin,
It's a square.
Gavin, you
What's
live,
going on?
you
Full
live
stop, full
with a
stop.
blind person. You live with a blind person who can read like every kind of braille. Why don't you ask her?
I just never got around to it.
Well, ask us,
Yeah.
because we obviously
Yeah, clearly.
have
We have a lot more experience with that than
we can
she would.
definitely help you with that.
So
So,
being-
this
so-
week, we're going to talk about the awards as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we are.
We
Podcast
have,
awards.
World
We have
famous.
to figure out our nominations for the internationally renowned.
Gus has a
Rooster Teeth
freaking
Podcast
cheat
Awards.
sheet. Like you should see the sheet of. He's got like
Is
2
it
pages
just
full of.
Cheat
I mean, he wrote it down
it's
himself.
notes.
Well, yeah, it's cheat sheet.
I wanted to make sure we had an intelligent discussion. I didn't
Look at this,
forget
bitch.
anything.
I have notes too.
Cheat sheet
Yeah,
too.
you guys didn't bring shit.
It's called preparation.
Hey, Gus.
It's up and yeah. What's
Is
up?
it?
Right in the old
And
noggin.
we sent you
Did we
an
all do the
email
exact
with the
same thing?
categories.
I think we did.
Bernie sent you links to
That's a gift.
research ahead of time.
Oh yeah, I saw those links. I didn't look at them, but I saw the link in
You
the.
saw them, but you didn't look at them?
Yeah.
Gus,
I saw the link.
I'll
I
go
didn't
one
click
further.
on it.
I went in and sat in his office with him and was going over choices.
That's true.
Yeah, together as a
It's
group.
all in the head.
Those are our notes.
Yep.
Some of these are yours. Some of these are yours.
You look
Boom.
ridiculously buff right now. it's so distracting. Do you lift? You lifting right now?
Yeah.
Bro.
Bro.
Lifting on the podcast?
For her in this.
When was the last time you did weights?
I've never done weights in
You've
my
never
life.
lifted a
Really?
weight?
No.
Did you ever do it as a joke? Like, oh, this is heavy.
That's a joke.
As a joke?
Like, look at this. It's so funny.
Yeah. Check it out. Boosh.
We used to have those weights at the old office on Congress, and I would pick them up to move them. Does that count?
Totally counts.
Yeah, have you ever gone and actually gone through a full workout and done anything like that?
No.
Never. Not even once.
I used to run. I would jog. Does that count?
It kind of counts.
I mean, if it's what you've done, I
Was it-
guess
was
we
it
have to count that.
Like on a
yeah.
trail or a treadmill or a track.
Just outside. Yeah,
Okay.
like streets.
Cool. All right. That's
What
good.
do you think is the furthest or farthest distance you've run continuously in your life?
I used to run like distance stuff. I could run about 7 miles.
That's pretty impressive.
What, you could run solidly for 7 miles?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I mean, it was like, it sucked.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to die when I was done. I wasn't like super fit about it.
No,
I
no,
guess.
well, I mean, there's a point when you are jogging and you're running and stuff that you can actually slow yourself down and like catch your breath back up, like while you're still running. I believe it or not, I used to run a lot. I don't
Yeah?
do it as
You're
much
right, I
anymore.
don't believe
Clearly,
that. You're absolutely
But,
right.
No,
Well,
there was a
you guys
point where
said it.
I could run 10 miles like just nonstop, and it was one of those things where like you would run and then like once you kind of got tired, you could slow yourself, but you'd still be moving.
I think
You'd
we
still be
should
running.
see how far you can run now.
Right now, I could probably do.
6
If
feet.
you forced me, I could probably do like talking about jogging.
Yeah.
I could probably do a mile and a half or so.
Yeah. When I was
That's a massive decrease from 10.
Oh, absolutely. That's still, I'm a
when
big guy.
I was running through Dulles Airport trying to catch my flight to Paris the other week, I had to run from like one terminal to another carrying my backpack, and I almost died. It was the saddest thing in the world. 'cause
Didn't you say you got outrun?
Yeah, there was an old man outrunning me who was like from my flight going to the same flight I was, and he wasn't even winded. Like we got to the checking for the next flight. He's like, "I'm here for the flight," and I'm behind him like, plane, like struggling to even make a word. That made me feel terrible. It made me feel bad enough to when I was on the plane flying to Paris. I was like, when I get back to Austin, I'm gonna run.
Yeah.
I need to get back in shape. I haven't fucking run.
You ran straight to your couch. and
Yeah, I
sat
ran
down.
straight to Far Cry 3.
All right, so what are the categories for this year's podcast awards, Gus?
Categories are the same as last year's categories.
Which were?
Best movies, best downloadable game content. You finish them, since all your notes are in your head.
It was best video game. Is there best arcade game or downloadable game on there?
He just said that.
downloadable
Go
game
ahead.
content.
Maybe.
No, he said DLC. That was
I
different.
said downloadable game content.
Yeah, which is DLC. Which
That's-
you know.
that's the category.
LGC.
Well, so there wasn't like
No.
downloadable like.
Now we're
Xbox-
just confusing
okay.
the shit out of people by
Now
having
confusing the
Jack
shit
go.
out of me. You've
What's
got
everyone talking about?
best online video,
Okay.
right? God, how many were there?
Best TV game, downloadable game,
There were like
TV
7
show,
categories.
internet video,
They're really
and
easy.
movies.
Best movie, best TV show, best game, retail,
That's 3.
best downloadable content, including downloadable games, and best internet video.
See, boom, I got
5.
him.
Easy.
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 Easy as can be.
See, I'm so dumb I had to write it down, though.
Gus is doing maintenance over here on Gavin's thing, so
There.
Doing tech
we're gonna
support.
prepare for him. Okay, so let's start with the first category. Let's go with best movie. How about that?
Best
Okay.
movie.
Thoughts? Best movie of the year.
There is an easy one for this
How
category.
many? Well, let's say, are we going to have a cap on how many nominees we're going to have per category?
Why don't we just talk about a bunch of stuff and we'll narrow it down the way we
Okay.
always do?
I mean,
now tonight we're doing nominees, and then we'll come back
Well,
with
an
winners
obvious
next week. right?
contender, Dark Knight Rises would be up there.
Dark
wouldn't it?
Knight Rises. Number 1 with a bullet for me is the Avengers.
Yeah,
Okay.
Has
I
to
go
be
with
the
Avengers with a bullet. I have not
With
seen that one.
a bullet.
It's the DLC. It goes in that category. DLC for the movie. Draw a tiny little bullet next to Avengers.
Avengers with a bullet. I can't with a Sharpie. Okay.
Nice. And then you got Looper is up there.
Yeah, Looper's
Looper.
good.
Looper is fantastic.
Wreck-It
Let me-
Ralph.
let me
Looper's
do
a great
what we
choice.
talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, Looper.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It
like
Ralph
Ray
I'd
said.
go with.
Okay.
That's a fantastic
All right, we're gonna go
movie.
through all the obvious ones first. Hobbit, you gotta throw Hobbit in there.
Well,
I know you guys haven't seen it yet.
I guess are we
next week.
required to see it this Friday? In
Yeah,
order to
you'll probably
talk
see it
about
before.
Yeah, but you don't have to see it Friday, as long as you see it before Tuesday.
Okay.
Idiot.
I know, that's research. Jack might not want to say.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I don't want to go to a movie theater. That
He'll
would
be outside the
terrible.
theater going, nerd Gus going to see The Hobbit.
Only if he's wearing that jacket.
I'm gonna go and I'll punch everyone as they go in to see watch The Hobbit. Like, here's your punch, nerd.
I would love to see you show up in an Xbox leather jacket calling people a nerd.
Yeah.
I love this thing.
That thing is awesome.
What's on the sleeve? What's the number?
It says
01.
01. It's the year the Xbox launched.
Oh, I
you're
guess so.
number
Yeah,
one.
the original Xbox.
Yeah,
was
I
01.
was number one.
He's the
Number one
best.
draft pick.
The best.
So I wrote down a few other things as well. Just I looked at like high-grossing movies as well. I don't know if anyone cares. I wrote Hunger Games.
Oh shit, that came out.
yeah.
Is that this year?
Yeah.
That was this year.
Skyfall.
Yeah.
Prometheus.
Wow.
This year.
Now,
I
now we're in
just
the
wrote it
elimination
down.
category.
Yeah.
Skyfall and
We're just
Prometheus.
talking.
And we're just discussing.
We're just spitballing.
I have not seen this one yet, but I really want to see it. Argo. Has anyone here
Argo's a
seen that?
good one.
Great things.
Yeah.
about
I
it.
really want to see that. Lincoln. The Gray.
The Gray. Thank you for mentioning that. That was one we
That's
talked about last year.
You saw it at last BNAT, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I saw it at BNAT last year, and so we couldn't nominate because it hadn't been out yet, and it came out
Yeah.
the end of January this year.
I
It's a
remember
great film.
and I
Gray
finally-
is a great movie.
Cabin in the Woods is the other one I wrote down.
Cabin in the Woods is good.
Okay, I got a couple more. You said Argo. I want to add into the discussion Silver Linings Playbook.
I keep hearing good things about that. I haven't
It's
seen it
Jennifer
yet.
Lawrence, right? And
Jennifer Lawrence.
Bradley
and-
Cooper.
There you go.
Jennifer
Bradley.
Lawrence, I'll see it.
You know,
Apparently
love
she's like
Jennifer- I
super,
love
she's like
Jennifer
super
Lawrence.
hot in it too.
More
so.
like Chris Tucker, I'll see it. He's still alive.
no, Chris Tucker's in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great in it too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he plays a mental patient who's in the asylum with Bradley Cooper.
Did he
no
do-
spoilers. That's how the movie starts.
Did he do anything since Rush Hour 3?
I don't think he needed to. I think
Really?
he
That's a
made
good
enough
point.
money. Yeah,
That's true.
He made a ton of money on the Rush Hour franchise. Apparently, they're going to make another Friday movie. I've heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow. They made like 3 or 4 of those.
they're going to resurrect Ice Cube from his suburban
Dad
family comedy
roles.
horror.
Are we there yet?
Yeah. God. Although Ice Cube got to be so happy about Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg
Snoop
is
Lion.
like
Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion, right?
Yeah.
He's now like every white person's in America, their black friend. Like that's like his
Yeah.
new role, where he's just gonna go and be on anything and be like,
Well, that guy was Will Smith for a while. Like the the one like the guy everyone can agree with.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was just on Epic Rap Battles of History, Snoop Lion.
Was he really?
Yeah. It was,
Like as himself?
No, it was Moses versus Santa Claus, and he played Moses.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big get for that.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I remember goes into a whole internet discussion, but Maker Studios did this big signing deal with Snoop Lion, and they announced that at VidCon. Remember when we were there, Gabo?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he of course he does. But they're actually there's a big thing in the news. I don't know if it's big. It's big in our world. Where Maker Studios and Ray William Johnson are in this massive fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Maker shut down his show.
Really? I didn't know that.
They shut down production on his album My Favorite Martian, and then subsequently they then shut down production of Equals 3, which is like one of the biggest shows on
Really?
the internet. Yeah.
Jesus.
wow.
They wanted, according to him, we'll link some of these articles or talk about it later, but they wanted 50% of his rights, ownership of his show in perpetuity.
Wow.
And they wanted an ever-increasing portion of the revenue that he makes from the show. Like, I think they wanted something like 40% of his YouTube revenue.
That's
But they
nuts.
don't pay him to make the show.
Yeah.
That's a show that he brought to them. It's not like I don't know if this My Favorite Martian thing, that's the musical channel that he made. He might have made that with them, but he showed up with that show, you know what I mean, and like signed on with the studio.
That's
so
great. How do you not have a lawyer look over those contracts just to double check everything? I mean,
from what I've read, that Ray William Johnson even went to law school at one point. Like,
Yeah.
he dropped out of law school to make internet videos.
yeah. At what point do you sign something that says someone else can just shut down your channel if they're not happy with
Well,
it?
he's
Like,
fighting with him
Well,
right
maybe
now.
he's just
I
excited.
imagine.
Like, you don't read that thing.
Okay, I derailed a little bit. I apologize
It's like
for
the
derailing.
terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
It's
scroll
just
the
like-
bottom, accept.
It's just like the Hunger Games.
I accepted it.
Trying to get us
Oh,
back
never
here.
mind. Okay, so Silver Linings Playbook.
Thank you.
Then I also would like to put in Moonrise Kingdom, which was a
Oh.
really cute movie. If none of you
interesting.
saw it.
How about
That's
the
a
movie
Wes
Ted?
Anderson.
It was a
movie.
Wes Anderson movie for this year.
Ted.
You want to put Ted in there?
Ted was so bad.
How bad was it?
I was watching it on the plane. I turned it off and went to sleep.
Wow.
But Mila Kunis is in it.
I know
Kunis
Mila
is in
Kunis
it.
is in
She's
it.
like the
I'm
hottest woman ever.
I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Man.
I'm done.
I did that with Captain
America.
America twice.
Really?
Same flight, I fell asleep twice.
I have to admit, I have not made it all the way through Captain America myself yet.
Chris Evans, though.
He's pretty dreamy.
He's, well, he's all right.
He's a hot tamale.
I first saw him in that Not Another Teen movie.
Didn't he
Oh,
have
that's
whipped
right,
cream
yeah.
on his dong?
Yeah, he's actually very funny, dude.
Is he?
I like that movie.
He was great in the Fantastic Four. He may have been the only good thing about Fantastic Four.
Well, that's a good character too.
Yeah.
Johnny
Not
Blaze.
Jessica Alba.
I mean, Reed Richards
That's
is not
true.
exactly a doesn't light up the screen. So go over the list again real quick.
Okay.
Okay, do you fucking loafers have anything to add?
I had like
threw in
6.
Looper, I threw in Avengers. Come on now.
All right, so everything on the list, and with obviously there's stuff here we can cut, I think, pretty
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
Avengers,
Yep.
Dark Knight Rises, Hunger Games, Skyfall, Wreck-It Ralph, Prometheus, Argo, Lincoln, Looper, The Gray, Cabin in the Woods, Hobbit, Silver Linings Playbook, and Moonrise Kingdom.
We didn't mention stuff like The Master, which I saw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, The Master was pretty much like note for note, exactly like There Will Be Blood.
Really?
Yeah, and
So
made by the same guy.
20 minutes of no dialogue at the beginning of the movie.
And pretty much, it's two characters interacting nonstop for like 3 hours. So by the end of it, you are just naturally invested in these two people's relationship, and you're like, it's just
So,
and it ends abruptly
Does,
and all that.
does Philip Seymour Hoffman beat the shit out of
You
him?
know, with the wooden bowling pin?
With the
No,
bowling
spoiler.
so do you want me to add The Master on here? Or is
No,
that
I'm just saying, let's talk about it. I saw it, and I wouldn't be one of my favorite movies of the year.
Okay. Well, right off the bat, is there anything here that you all think we
Prometheus,
should
go
cut?
ahead and knock that off.
I would take out Prometheus and Skyfall.
Yeah, Skyfall.
Skyfall was not that great.
There were parts of Skyfall that were fun. I like the kind of reworking of Bond and kind of how they incorporated some older stuff back into it. But I think, in general, the movie wasn't that great. It wasn't as good as I would.
I mean, it was
like.
good, but it wasn't like
Okay.
great.
Listen,
And
slight
also,
spoiler on Skyfall.
Can I say something real quick?
Go for it.
Speaking of spoiler on Skyfall, so fucking Jordan, like one of the he was down here.
Jay or Dan.
This is before he moved to Austin. He actually was in town visiting us, doing stuff, and he walks in the office. You guys went and saw Skyfall, and he walks into the office, and like I had my back to him. He was talking to Gavin.
Jordan, you can come out here if you want.
Yeah, Jordan, you gonna try to defend yourself? Try to defend
If
yourself?
he's here.
But yeah, so he's
No,
talking
he's
to
not.
Gavin, and he's like, "So Gavin, what do you think about?" And and has dropped this massive spoiler, like the Monday after the movie had come out, and I was just like, "Well, fuck me." It's kind of like, thanks. And I was hoping again, like I was hoping that maybe they were just messing with me, and then you see the movie, and like it's like, oh, is that maybe that's what they're talking about? Oh, maybe okay, it's not gonna end up how I thought. And then it does, and it's like, well,
I got The Sixth Sense ruined for me almost the exact same way.
Really?
Like the Monday after it came out, remember Robert Hinojosa at
Yeah.
T&I? He walked in, he's like, man, did you see The Sixth Sense this weekend? I was like, no. He's like, man, Bruce Willis is dead the whole movie. I got to the very end. I was like, what?
yeah.
How'd you not kill him?
You literally just asked me if I saw it.
Yeah, but I was just like, oh. Apparently, like everyone, like as soon as he said it, like Michael and Gavin and Ray all like looked at me, like it's just like, well, thanks, great.
We tried.
And so anyway, I did see it. It was okay, but like knowing what I knew, I was looking for that for the whole movie, and kind of ruined it.
I had a major problem with Skyfall, like that. I liked Javier Bardem. I was
Yeah.
at Javier Bardem. They just had the Star Trek II trailer. Was it Star Trek Into the Darkness?
Yes.
That came out. It would have been great if they followed like they did Wrath of Khan. I always thought Javier Bardem would make an awesome Khan.
Well, there's the rumor that Khan might show up in this movie. That's what,
Really?
as a matter of fact, everyone thought the guy Benedict Cumberbatch, is that his name?
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Anyway, they thought he might actually be Khan.
Is that his real name?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
an alien, pretty much. I mean, what else has he been in?
He's Holmes in Sherlock, or in Sherlock, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Gavin's having some mic
Oh,
problems.
sorry.
Right now.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
so he's Sherlock Holmes in the BBC show Sherlock, which is Martin Freeman's in it. He plays Watson on that show.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it. It's in one of those BBC shows where they have like 3 episodes a season. They call it a season. Or they call it a series.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think there are like
laziness.
6 episodes in the first, or yeah, 6 episodes first season, and like
There's some American shows like that. Like the first season of Breaking Bad was
First
really
season of
short. It
Walking
was like
Dead was only
7 or
6
8.
seasons.
yeah,
6
There's
episodes.
6 episodes. No,
Yeah.
6
The
The first
seasons
season
in
of
one.
Walking Dead felt like a season.
Well, you know.
yeah.
Tomato, tomato.
So is there anything else y'all want to knock out of here? I think Cabin in the Woods probably.
Cabin in the Woods was fun, but
Should
I don't
get
think
knocked
it's
off.
I don't think it's movie of the year.
No.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
Thor was in it.
Has anybody seen Argo?
I have not
I
seen
have
Argo.
not.
It's going to be that movie that we cannot nominate because no one's seen it. So
Yeah.
it just
Okay.
loses out as a result of that.
Go
I
ahead.
really
knock.
want to see it.
How many are we down to now?
I'm the only person who put in Moonrise Kingdom. Knock that off. I know
Oh.
there's even people who like Wes Anderson movies that didn't necessarily like
Yeah.
Moonrise
I'm also going to
Kingdom.
knock off Hunger Games. I think
Yeah.
Dude, that movie was.
I would like to.
I read the books in anticipation for it, and I think that ruined the movie for me.
No, I was surprisingly disappointed by that movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be this like
Yeah.
big new franchise that's coming out. It was just
It was
okay.
super flat. It
Yeah.
was very. This is what it is with no explanation. Like here's this crazy fantastic world. no idea what's going on.
Here's the problem.
Just
Here's
watch
the
Battle
problem.
Royale. That's far superior.
Yeah.
Well, but and it's the thing about Battle Royale is that Battle Royale is an R movie. PG-13 Hunger Games is not good because you can't show kids killing kids in PG-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the main thing that happens in the movie, you can't show on screen. You actually never see anybody get killed.
Yeah, it's
you see a lot of people
really
like
lame.
going to attack somebody and then they're dead.
Yeah,
But you
or like the whip pan where suddenly they've already been hit and stuff like that.
Exactly. It's very creative editing around all that stuff, and it got annoying to me really quickly.
Yeah.
Like that first scene when they go up in the pillars and then they start and they all run for the equipment. That should be like a bloodbath. It's really not. It's a lot of running around in fast camera angles, and if you look,
that.
nothing
It's
really
Transformers
happens.
4 all of a sudden.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like I've read all 3 books, and I'm totally not at all excited about the next 2 movies. Like the books are really solid, but the movies are like, well, okay, how are they gonna pull this off?
They don't.
You know? At least Lenny Kravitz has a job for the next 2 years or whatever.
All right, people are upset that we haven't watched Argo. Apparently, the more cinematically inclined of our audience on Twitter are saying we have to watch Argo. I will make commitment. I will watch Argo before next week, so I can at least talk about it. What's that?
So we've got tweets running right now, and someone said 7 Psychopaths, Red Dawn. There's a couple of things floating around.
Is Red Dawn out?
Yeah, Red Dawn. They finally released it. It was
That's
shelved
with
for
Josh
like 4
Peck
years.
from Drake and Josh.
And also Thor.
Yeah. Thor and Josh from Drake and Josh.
Actually, I remember Red Dawn as being the first ever PG-13 movie.
Really? No, I thought Gremlins was.
No.
The re-release of Gremlins, it was about the same time.
Or
Red
was
Dawn was before Gremlins.
or was it Raiders?
No, there was another movie. I think that was actually the first PG-13 movie that came out like a couple days, if not a week before Red Dawn.
Well, I'm going to go look it up on IMDb. Jealous?
You know, totally jealous.
You should probably look it up on Google.
Can we like
Maps.
max?
I am.
Yeah.
I thank you, Gus. I wanted to make my one
should be-
IMDb a
that's
day
fine.
joke to Jack there.
Gonna be a dick to
Well,
me
you
on
hit
the
the quota.
podcast.
What
it's not a
was-
podcast unless you're a dick to me. So.
Let's see what this complete
Even
autocomplete
when I'm not
says.
here, you guys were assholes to me last week, by the way.
No, we were fine.
No, you were assholes.
I feel
I
terrible.
wasn't even here, and you guys were
Yeah.
assholes. I was being nice to you, and you're like, "Hey, by the way, Jack's being nice to me. Fuck this guy. Listen to this." So anyway,
Listen,
moving on.
It gives you a talking point in your
Yeah.
discussion, right?
Yeah, just builds the rage.
We're dicks because we follow you on Twitter. Ooh, it's a public conversation that we talked about.
Oh yeah, okay. I was trying to think of which conversation you were talking about, or which time you were being a dick and what you were referring to. But anyway,
Red Dawn, first PG-13 movie is released
Oh,
in
is it?
history.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That was
Nice.
1984.
Man, I loved that movie as a kid.
I wasn't born yet.
so bad.
Who is the attacking force in Red Dawn in this one? In the new
It's
one?
North Korea, I think.
North Korea. They just launched a missile over Japan just now.
Oh, it
Right
happened?
now?
Yeah, they launched
actually
it, went
pulled it
over
off?
Japan.
They've done that before.
I don't think they have.
Really?
That's
I think
scary.
they launched it into the ocean in between them.
Hasn't Japan been through enough?
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah,
That was the plot that they had for that game. Was it Homefront? Yeah, I thought they did a real good job, like creating that fictional world where
Everybody.
North Korea rises to power and then attacks and occupies the U.S.
yeah, they had a bunch of like the news articles and stuff in that game were pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they were hilarious. I was laughing
it
the
was
entire
so
time.
funny.
It was really funny.
Pendulum cat.
All right, so we have 8 movies right now.
All right.
I'm gonna list them again. See if there's
All right.
anything else y'all want
All right.
cut. Avengers, Dark Knight Rises, Wreck-It Ralph, Lincoln, Looper, The Gray, Hobbit, Silver Linings Playbook.
I would knock off Lincoln and Silver Linings Playbook. I've heard nothing but great about Silver Linings Playbook, but I think it's like, aside from Burnie, none of us have seen it, right?
Well, yeah,
I
but
would
if you feel strong enough about it, I'll watch it.
It was my personal favorite movie of the year.
Oh, wow.
But I also like The Gray a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
was
I-
it the best movie? Like, I think people should go see it. How about that?
Parts
I'm
of-
gonna hold out for that part.
Parts
Just
of
go
The
see it.
Gray are so amazing.
Yep.
And it's just like, but it's definitely a guy movie, you know?
You're absolutely right. It's
Yeah.
totally a guy.
It's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, I think there are 2 women in that movie total. One's the bartender, and the other is the and the other is the wife, right?
It's just so relaxed.
Yeah, Joe the Cat, man, that guy is awesome.
all right, so
But I would knock out Lincoln because
Lincoln. Does anybody want to defend Lincoln?
Haven't seen it.
All right,
I mean, he's a cool dude. I like $5 bills.
$5 bills, y'all.
pennies are great.
Spoiler: he wins and then he dies.
He wins and
Well-
then he loses spectacularly.
Yeah.
Moral of the story: don't go watch plays.
There you
Exactly
go.
right. Don't go to the live theater.
All right, so that
So that leaves
knock
us
out-
with 7. Is everyone happy with
Yeah.
7?
I could be happy with 7. I mean, I've got my winner already in my head, so.
Well, no one cares about that. I'm just asking if you're happy with 7.
Jack Pattillo,
So
where's
yes,
everybody?
I'm just saying yes. I am happy with 7.
Okay.
Jeez.
All right, great. 7.
7 was a
7.
good movie. What's
Yes,
in
it
the
was.
box?
Go over the list one more time, please.
Avengers,
Yes.
Dark Knight Rises, Wreck-It Ralph, Looper, The Gray, Hobbit, Silver Linings Playbook.
That's 7.
Oof, I couldn't. What about Amazing Spider-Man? Anybody want to say anything about that?
No, because, dude, so I saw Amazing Spider-Man at the Draft House, and before the movie started, they showed a cartoon. Like, they have, like, the Draft House has these pre-roll things, and they showed a cartoon of Amazing Spider. Are you?
I can talk again.
Oh, you can talk again? Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, open this for me.
And so they showed like in the pre-roll, they showed this cartoon, and it was
Nice.
it was the Amazing Spider-Man. It was the entire movie told in a cartoon that had come out probably 30 years ago. It was like the whole like.
So they spoiled the movie for you?
Yeah, they spoiled the whole movie. And it's like wow, and then like the
So
actual
they
movie.
spoiled a comic book movie for you from a comic book character that's been around for like 60 years.
But I mean, they showed the episode that was the plot of the movie.
Get you pumped for
I guess
mediocrity.
so.
I hate when they do that. They actually did that in front of No Country for Old Men. They basically ruined No Country for Old Men.
Really?
Oh, right.
On their pre-roll, and that bothered me.
That's a fantastic movie, by the way.
Oh man,
Great
I
movie.
fucking love that movie. I still
Best villain of
watch,
all time.
Yeah.
I still watch it
Absolutely,
on a
he's
fairly regular
terrifying.
basis.
Antoine Sugar. Yeah.
That haircut.
I
You
love
know,
that
you know
haircut.
that haircut that he did not want that haircut, and
The Prince
Got that
Valiant.
bowl cut.
he has a Prince Valiant. haircut.
bad dude.
The bad dude.
Yeah,
Yeah. And exactly, he did not want the haircut, and it was the Coen brothers, and they said this is gonna work. Trust us.
Yeah.
He said no, and then they like put him in a wig, and he looked at it, he goes, okay, yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, it's so creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's got that like bangs, like almost like a girl's
Yeah.
haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys want to move on to the next topic? Or
Sure,
next
let's do it.
category?
All right,
Hey,
let's do it.
since we're on movies, let me talk about some movies for Button-Namathon.
That's
How about
fine.
that? Okay. So this 24-hour film festival that I went to, Button-Namathon, it's sometimes a split between new movies that are about to come out and vintage movies as well. What's up, Gavin?
He's just excited to start talking again. I think
What happened?
his mic is still busted.
Oh, he
Dude,
still can't
just lean
talk.
in and
huh?
talk to my...
That's not the worst thing
Run
that's
the
ever happened.
USLR from there
No, okay,
over
so
here.
yeah, so BNAT, they have a lot of classic vintage films, and they also have like the new ones. That's what you're talking about.
Right, and this year was in particular a very vintage-heavy year, and there was a
Okay.
lot of, quite frankly, excuses to why that was. Harry said that last year some people tweeted about movies they weren't supposed to tweet about, and then that got him in trouble. And that they couldn't show the remake of Evil Dead this year as a result of stuff like that. Honestly, I mean, Evil Dead, if the producers of Evil Dead don't want to show that movie to that audience, that's a huge miss.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's all film bloggers and everything. They would have gone nuts for
Yeah,
Evil Dead.
that's their core fan base.
Yeah.
And they're like the advocates for that series.
Right.
And those types of movies.
Evil Dead as a franchise or as a movie was not made at film festivals. I mean, that's not where
No.
that movie got popular.
No.
It got popular from like
colleges.
cult, VHS rentals.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cult following.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
No,
So that
but
was
yeah.
a stupid thing for them not to show.
Yeah,
it.
BNAT has been a launching point for a lot of films. Like Pitch Black was shown at the very first BNAT, and Vin Diesel came for it. And they actually that was before he was anyone, before he was Vin Diesel, and that got so much buzz behind that movie. They were able to launch it wider than they were supposed
I'm sure
to.
he was Vin Diesel by that point.
Well, I mean, but like no one, only people knew him as the voice of Iron Giant, and that was really it. Like he hadn't done anything else yet, so it was kind of like, well, and that launched that. And like we saw Snatch before that got released in America. I remember that was a
Yep.
big one. That was one of those like, holy crap, got a lot of buzz off that.
Vin Diesel's real name is Mark Sinclair Vincent.
Oh,
Wow.
Who knew?
Sinclair, huh?
Yeah. But so this year they showed The Hobbit. These were the new movies. They showed a fucking incredible horror movie that is PG-13, and I have no idea how it is. It's called Mama. It's about two kids that are basically abandoned in the woods, and the spirit takes care of them, or something. I shouldn't say spirit. Something takes care of them until they're a little older, and then you can see the trailer. It's all covered in the trailer. It's one of the scariest ghost things I've ever seen. Like I have to say ghost in quotes because I don't even know that it's a ghost.
Well, so is it Guillermo del Toro directed it or he produced it?
He produced it, and he showed up. And
that's cool.
You know what? I can't say his damn name. Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo.
Greg.
Guy talked for like 30 minutes, and I wish he would have talked for another 30. He's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Everything that guy says is funny.
Yeah, you make fun of me because I can't say one, but you can't say Guillermo. Who's laughing now, asshole?
Say the whole name.
Oh.
Say the whole name.
Guillermo del Toro.
Okay, that's good. You got
Wow.
it. All right.
That's cool.
You're the
I have-
go-to
I-
guy.
You were more Hispanic than me.
I have a cousin named Guillermo.
Oh.
That's
I have
cheating.
a cousin named Del Toro.
No.
But he's got a movie coming out called Pacific Rim, which is apparently about giant robots fighting giant monsters.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
Did they show a trailer of that at BNAT?
Yeah, we saw a trailer of it. We were supposed to see a specific clip, but they had the wrong one.
That's
Whoops.
And then we saw clips of, there's a new, I don't know her name. She's the heavy chick from Bridesmaids. That
Oh,
was
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. She was awesome, and she's in a movie with Sandra Bullock. We saw some clips from that. It looked really, really funny.
You saw 10 minutes of...
Well, then we saw a Sylvester Stallone movie called Bullet to the Head, which was a buddy cop movie.
What was it called?
Bullet to the Head.
Bullet to the Head.
Don't worry about it. My advice is don't worry about it.
Just forget it.
I just didn't enjoy it. And it's also, that's a tough spot because we saw that movie last.
Oh.
So we saw it at noon on Sunday after we'd been up for 24 hours. I don't know if it would make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, they always hold the last movie. They usually have something really big. Like we saw Tron at the IMAX one year.
We saw 300.
We saw 300. We saw, was Passion the last film?
Yes.
And Mel Gibson showed up for that.
That was the year of Return of the King. They showed Return of the King.
Yeah. And then what were some of the other final movies? I don't know, but there have been some great sort of closing films, so it's kind of tough. I remember we saw Ed Gein one year.
But
That
this
was a
puts in
weird
perspective for this BNet, we
Isn't
saw
Ed
3
Gein?
new films.
That's it?
We saw Hobbit, we saw Mama, and we saw Bullet to the Head.
Wow.
And we saw some movie in the middle of the night that we're not allowed to talk about. It doesn't really matter too much because, you know, most people, 99.99% of the population is not going to see that movie.
Yeah.
It was just kind of ridiculous.
It's always tough.
Yeah, but we're
Like-
not supposed to talk about it. So, anyway, but one of the things that we saw, we didn't see the full movie, but we saw a clip, a 10-minute clip of World War Z.
Interesting. When does that
Oh, you
come
mean
out?
a
Is that
movie
summer
a movie that's based on the book World War Z that has nothing to do with World War Z?
Okay, now
Or
I
World
kind of
War
have
Z.
What's that?
Or World War Z.
Or World
if you're
War
an
Z,
asshole.
depending on
If
where
you're
you're
European.
from. Now, I don't typically talk about things that I
Well,
don't
redundant.
like. Like, if I don't like something, I won't just sit there and bash it.
Right.
You know, like I was just kind of saying I didn't like the aesthetic of The Hobbit, but I did like the movie The Hobbit, and you should definitely go see The Hobbit. The story's great, the action's great, everything, but you have to be careful about choosing which version of it you're going to see because you might get turned off by the aesthetic. That's what happened to me. But the movie is fucking phenomenal. It's easily one of the best movies of the year. And there's sequences in there that are just amazing. If you know the story of The Hobbit, there's a scene between Bilbo and another character that he meets for the first time. That's a very landmark part of that franchise, and they fucking nailed it.
Really?
They got it perfect. Perfect. And apparently that was the first thing they shot, according to Peter Jackson. But anyway, I was very critical of the World War Z trailer because we had recommended the book when Audible was our sponsor.
Absolutely.
And I talked about the book and how much I loved it and heard they were making a movie out of it. Then I saw the trailer and said, whoever made this movie clearly never read the book.
Never read the goddamn book.
Okay, after watching the 10-minute clip that they showed at Button-Umathon, I now want to kind of retract that a little bit because
Backpedaling.
I'm not backpedaling. I've now seen it. If I was so critical of it, I should be
I guess.
equally.
But it's only 10 minutes. though.
Okay.
Yeah, It is,
okay,
it
sorry.
is.
He made his judgment based on a 2-minute trailer.
Okay,
That's
but,
exactly
but
right.
there's one thing in that trailer you see, and it's like, well, that movie's fucked.
What is it?
It's the fast goddamn zombies.
Okay, that's what I agree with you. Okay, so the section we saw, and it looked like most of the trailer was from the section, it's the scene on the city street with Brad Pitt and his kids in the car. That's
Okay.
the scene we saw. We saw that full scene, 10 minutes. Some of it had incomplete digital effects and all that. It was pretty rough. But apparently, have you read the book?
Yes.
Okay, for those of you who have read the book and are worried about the translation of World War Z from the page to the screen, it appears as though they have taken the interpretation of that. Initially, they thought the outbreak was South African rabies. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
yes, yes.
And they're calling it that. In those scenes, they're calling it rabies, this rabies outbreak. So I think the interpretation they're taking is that initially it is very much like rabies, the disease. And the people are agitated and violent and fast. And it gave me hope that that's the initial part of it, and that
Oh.
later they become slower
That's
as
interesting. Like,
they decay.
As the body decays
God.
and breaks down.
Right. And if you remember those early scenes in World War Z, early encounters with the zombies, it was the great panic scenes. They were going from car to car and all that. And there really wasn't that talk of them being super slow, except for the mom who tears the head off the one zombie attacking her kid in the bedroom. Do you remember
Yeah,
that scene?
yeah.
And that was a zombie that had walked out of the ocean. So maybe it had been, it was covered in seaweed and stuff. And that's why she was able to pull its head off.
No, I mean, there are so many amazing set pieces in World War Z. I mean, so many great individual stories that I'm just terrified that they're going to cherry pick all these great bits and then throw Brad Pitt in the middle of it and be like, oh, well, there you go. And it's like, there's that scene. Oh, there's that
Well,
scene.
they're going to have to cherry pick stuff anyway.
But-
You can't fit all of those stories in a 2-hour
But
movie.
that's why I think that should not be a movie. That needs to be a miniseries on HBO.
So you're upset that it's a movie is at the core.
Format independent.
Yes, but I think they could have done it like unless you are right, which is like they start fast and slow as they decompose, which that's a big leap. I mean,
You cannot have the Hope, New Mexico scene where they start to fight back. You can't have that scene.
You can't have Yonkers. You can't have that. You can't have that. I mean, the scene in New York where they're in the VIP suite like that. I mean, well, I guess you kind of have that. I mean, that makes sense for people being fast.
Yep. Some of those early scenes, you could see them being faster.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't know that they're going to get slower later in the movie, but there's room for that.
Yeah.
You know, there is, like, you could almost see, and they are very much like 28 Days Later zombies. I mean, they're jumping and shit.
Yeah.
They're going through, one woman bashes into a
That's
windshield with her
terrifying.
head.
The whole idea, I mean, even like it's kind of like immersion, where it's just these overwhelming numbers and you have no chance. And that's what the sort of feeling I got from the book, which was like there is this mass outbreak and we're all doomed. And it's like, this is overwhelming panic. I mean, the Great Panic. And then slowly over time, they're able to kind of, reassess what they're going to do. And be like, all right, we have to fight back and we're going to do it this way. And I mean, there's so many great stories. I mean, the story about the director who like makes the film about the campus that like they save themselves. Right. And like that alone could be an hour-long feature, like on HBO.
That's also well into the outbreak.
Yeah.
That's after they've been holed up for a while.
Yeah, I mean, like there's so many awesome stories. I mean, the pilot, like the jumper pilot who gets stuck in Louisiana. It's like there are like I want to see those stories told. And from what I'm guessing, I haven't seen any. I've only seen the trailer. You can't tell those stories.
I don't know that you could really tell the story of the pilot who
I
gets
think you
stuck.
could.
It's almost like a Twilight Zone
No,
episode.
it's so it would be so slow and solitary. It's just one person trying to survive,
and talking on the radio.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you could make a 20-minute bit, a Band of Brothers style thing, where it's like you're telling little smaller stories.
Yeah, I'm talking. You could tell it in some fashion. You could not tell it as part of a 120-minute movie.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying.
Here's the last thing I want to say about this. This is why they gave me faith. Is you touched on it. You called the first part the Great Panic, which is a major section of the book, when the world starts to fall apart, and they call that the Great Panic. That scene, they chose to show it in a city. I always envisioned that in my head as being on a freeway, like coming out of a city.
Yeah.
Almost like those promotional images they use for Walking Dead of all the cars coming out. But this was actually taking place in a city. Man, they nailed the panic part.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, they must have had, it looks like, I'm sure some of them are CG. It looked like they had about 20,000 extras.
Jesus.
And people are fucking running.
A lot of
and
extras.
like running over cars and trying to get into things. Like people are running, and then the zombies are mixed in there, and you can't tell what's what. They nailed the panic part of it. That really said a lot to me, and that gave me a lot more faith in what DayZ could be.
It's just,
or World War Z.
I mean, I just think that movie could be made like as not World War Z. Like that doesn't like that. I mean, the whole idea of fast zombies just ruins that whole movie for me. I can't get over that. I mean, I'm gonna see it, but I just to me,
if they're fast the whole movie, I will agree with you.
Okay.
But I'm holding out hope that they don't stay fast the entire time. Like they become like decayed, and they become like just overwhelming force of endurance that you can never beat.
Yeah, and some of the things you said, like New Mexico and Yonkers, those are totally like slow, unwinnable battle kind of scenarios.
Or even like when they're talking about how like they're repopulating people, where it's just they're putting people like together in houses, and like you don't even know who's going to live with you. And the guy in the wheelchair going from house to house checking, and like a zombie snuck up on him.
Yeah,
it's great. It's like stuff like that. It's like you can't tell that in a 120-minute movie. But
I think you could tell that story.
Maybe
that one's a lot better.
You got to cherry pick, like he's saying. You got to pick which one.
I mean, there's that. There's like the guys underwater who are like fixing the power lines and stuff, and like zombies are attacking.
Oh, the French dudes,
yeah. I mean, there's so many amazing stories. The submarine in China.
We're gonna start to turn into an inside joke here, though, for people who haven't read the book.
If you haven't read the book, go and read the book. It's amazing.
It really is.
The audiobook is great too. The audiobook's a little shorter, but it's still fantastic.
Well, the audiobook, they have such a great cast. Like they have Mark Hamill in it, and they have Richard Dreyfuss.
I think Clancy Brown is in it too.
No, Alan Alda's in it too.
Alan Alda's in it,
we talked about it back when Audible was a sponsor.
Sorry, that was I've been interested in hearing this stuff. So.
Yeah. So I'm still holding out hope for World War Z. My hopes are not completely dashed. I'm not saying it'll be great. I'm just saying I now have hope.
And I think that movie's coming out in summer. I was talking about it with someone before the podcast. And I think it's a summer movie.
Man, I'll tell you a movie that I was really hoping we'd see and we didn't see was I was hoping we were going to see Warm Bodies, which is a zombie apocalypse movie told from the perspective of a zombie, and another one called Ender's Game, which is already completed, totally and completely
done.
Yeah, and it was made independently, and then it was picked up by a distributor, I don't know who, and they just put it into a slot where they had availability.
I didn't know that.
So it's going to come out in November.
That's what happened to like Red Dawn. Like Red Dawn had been done for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the reason okay, that's crazy.
So I'm sorry, I just want to talk about that.
They just released the first promotional image for Ender's Game.
It's Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy to think that it's done. It's not coming out for 11
All
months.
right, we've talked about movies.
Hold on, look. Before we move on, I was going to mention, I want to remind everyone that this podcast is brought to you by Onnit and their flagship product, Alpha Brain. Yes, thumbs up. If you haven't tried it, this really is the time to try it. They've upped the discount code from 10% to 15% if you use promo code Rooster. I love the stuff. I take it every day. It gives me incredibly vivid dreams. In fact, he's gone, but Chris was taking it to help him focus for editing a simple walk. He said that at first he was like, he said, I don't feel anything. The stuff's bogus, and he was like, zoomed in. He was like on fire, just like on top of his computer.
At least he waited to the editing part, not while he was on the simple walk.
Oh,
if
God.
he was
No.
he'd be having like
He would like punch animals in the
shades
face.
coming after him. Carrying just attacked.
But yeah, if you haven't tried it, this is definitely the time to do it with a 15% off code. Use promo code Rooster, and it's a great product, great customer service. If you're unhappy, they've got money back guarantees on it. Got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. It's great stuff.
Sweet.
Anyway, sorry, just had to throw that out there.
that in.
I think we should put the nail in the coffin on movies and move on. Like,
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What do we got next?
Do you want to move on to best downloadable game content?
So that includes
So it's
downloadable
DLC.
games.
Yes.
DLC.
People
like-
on Twitter, why would I read a book that Jack just read on the air?
Because you can IMDb it later.
There you go.
All
right.
Yeah. My pickings were kind of thin here.
Well, I can think of two right off the top of my head.
Go ahead.
That are
Yeah.
huge.
Let me guess. Trials
That's one.
and I don't know the other.
Walking Dead.
Oh, right. I
Mike-
had that in best game on my list, but
I
I
mean,
guess
technically it fits into best game,
Yeah.
but I mean, it is a downloadable game.
there's no
the
retail release.
The
Well,
retail
now-
came out today.
Came out today,
yeah.
but I think it's just the downloadable games. Like
Right.
Yeah.
nothing.
That's
new.
an interesting.
That is a downloadable game. That's
Yeah.
how it was launched.
That's what I
and
would
then
think
it is.
If it had not been successful, it would have stayed a downloadable game.
All right,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to move it then to downloadable game content.
Okay.
Away
But yeah,
from best
Trials
game.
Trials Evolution is incredible. One of my favorite games this year.
I got to throw one into downloadable games just because it came out in the 360 this year. That's Minecraft.
Yeah.
We seem to
Minecraft.
talk about
Minecraft's
that
a
game
big
every
one.
Goddamn,
year.
that's also on best game for me. I'm a moron.
Work your categories.
Minecraft.
There is no single retail version of Minecraft anywhere,
I don't
right?
believe so.
It
No,
doesn't
it's all
exist.
digital.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't they give them away at Minecon?
Yeah, everyone who attended Minecon got a free copy of Minecraft. Like
A
a little
physical copy?
Well, no, like a DLC code. You enter it
Oh.
on the
Oh.
Mojang website.
But there's no like disc.
A
of
physical
anything.
copy would have been a really cool item. I mean, just like because there's no physical copies
no
of
retail,
Minecraft
yeah.
anywhere.
So they gave everyone a downloadable code, a cape for your Xbox 360 avatar. That's got
That's
a
awesome.
blue cape with a pickaxe.
Oh, that's cool.
And an in-game PC cape for your character as well. It's the same thing.
So the cape for your avatar, what article of clothing is that? Is it
I
accessories?
don't know. I haven't been able to find it.
Huh.
Is it a prop maybe?
Oh yeah, I want
Maybe
proper.
for your Xbox 360 avatar. Do you mean your Minecraft avatar?
You're
I
talking-
think it's 360. It's like 360 avatar.
Yeah, it's probably like an accessory or something. Or maybe you just go to like Minecraft like awards. Like if you have awards for
Yeah,
games,
I
it might
looked
be
in there.
there.
I didn't see it, but I think it was.
Jack's gonna try to look it up.
I had a weird issue where it was like
I am.
assigned to other console because I logged into another
I
machine
got
and
you.
I forgot.
You might have to re-download
Yeah, I'll
it. Go to
have to
download
re-download
history.
So other things I have here for best downloadable game content are Mists of Pandaria for World of Warcraft,
Okay.
Portal 2's Perpetual Testing
It is
DLC.
a prop, by the way, and I have it right here. It's a creeper one or a cape?
I thought mine was a cape.
It's a cape, but with a creeper on it.
Oh, is there a creeper on it?
Yeah, red creeper.
Oh, sweet. I thought it was
That's
just a
awesome.
yellow
What?
pickaxe.
Oh no, that's what I'm showing.
That's awesome. Okay. This. If we can
I got
show
a video here.
the video. Oh, here we go.
I'll
Got
mute it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shut up, guy.
Oh, is it the?
So I don't know.
Oh, where'd it go? Okay, there we are.
I don't know what's going on.
It's a creeper hat. Is that it?
It says
Minecraft
MC as a
cape.
cape.
Yeah, but that one you can just buy.
Yeah, that's the one you can just buy though.
Well, if you can buy that one, I'm assuming it's going to be similar to that.
Well, it's a prop. Yeah, apparently
it's
the
a
one
prop.
I'm looking at too, the creeper one, is the Minecon 2011 prop.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the one for 2012 was a blue cape with a gold pickaxe
There we
on
go.
the back.
Nice.
Let's watch this guy ride the pig. Let him go.
Okay, so Mists of Pandaria, Portal 2 Perpetual Testing, Skyrim Dawnguard.
There's
I also put Trials Evolution Origin of Pain, the
Yeah.
DLC for Trials.
Yeah.
Because
They added like another 30 maps.
yeah, it was
and,
so
a
expansive.
bicycle.
Yeah. It was only like 400 points too.
Yeah, it was super cheap.
It was like $5.
And I also added Halo 4 Spartan Ops, even
Okay.
though it's like
How
it's like
about
a weird hybrid.
Well, technically,
That's DLC. That's
yeah.
downloadable content.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, technically, the first part ops were on the disc, weren't they?
Yeah, it's downloadable. It's episodic content every week. It's just like it falls in the exact same category as
Okay,
Walking
it's
yeah,
just
I
on the
guess
disc.
I
How
see.
about that game Journey on the PlayStation 3?
That's a great one. Have you played it?
I have not played it.
And
but
it is downloadable,
people
right?
like are raving about
Yeah,
that
people go
game. It's only on the
crazy.
PS3, so I haven't played it. But like,
people like Game of the Year. It's like up for a Grammy, I think. The soundtrack in that game.
If you think of anything, you can just yell it out.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Journey won PS3 Game of the Year at the VGAs last week.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else?
As far as downloadables,
Mine are just Walking Dead and Minecraft.
No, I am. There's a DLC coming out for Assassin's Creed 3. It's the Tyranny of King George.
Yeah, when is that coming out?
It comes out in January, I think.
Next year.
But
I have not played the Crimson Map Pack yet.
No, we just got that earlier this week. Actually.
Yeah, that just came out, right?
Yeah, it came out Monday.
Right? Yeah, it came out
You know what I want to do? I want to add on there, and this is a weird one. I want to add on for Borderlands 2, shift codes for Borderlands 2.
Shift codes?
They're a special promotional thing.
So the golden keys?
Yeah, the golden keys that Borderlands did. And not necessarily their DLC that they did, but they did these promotional keys that you could get anywhere. Like, they would post them on forums, and they would only be good for X amount of usage. Like, sometimes it was 10,000. And sometimes they were only good for 2 hours. And if you would get these and use them, you get a golden key, which will let you open a special chest in Borderlands 2, which will give you a really cool weapon.
The smart thing that they did, I felt like, with those shift codes was it was an interesting way for them to push their social media, because you could get it by liking them on Facebook or following them on Twitter. So it was a way for them to pump their audience, because everyone wanted these codes so badly.
That I hated.
Oh, really?
That part of it I couldn't stand.
Because I followed them as a result of it.
Exactly right. And it's like there were some people, like, there wasn't a Borderlands account that you followed. You had to follow a dude.
Oh, no, but then they transitioned away from that to Gearbox Software.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
That's what they should have done to begin with.
At first it was Randy Pitchford, and they said the reason was they were stress testing the system to see how much capacity it could take, because when he first started tweeting it, it would break every time. Yeah. So then as they trended, as they saw how their traffic was, then once they could handle the capacity, they moved it to Gearbox Software.
Okay, fair enough.
Which it's like a soft rollout.
That was great though. They like almost every day it's like, oh here's a key.
Yeah, here's another awesome weapon.
Yeah.
Shout out to Randy Pitchford.
Which is
Dallas based.
Especially for Borderlands 2. I mean, that's it's all about the guns, and who gives a shit if you get a really overpowered gun? It's not going to break the game for anybody else if you have a badass gun.
Even if it does, it's like a co-op.
Oh yeah, it totally. Like there's some sort of cheap ways to get around things in Borderlands.
So what?
Yeah,
well, I mean,
there's no competitive.
Like I jumped from level 18 to level 50 in about 30 minutes with some friends helping me out, and it's kind of stuff like, you know.
I mean, you don't have to do that.
You don't have to, but you know.
You don't have to get power leveled.
They patched it, but for a while there was like a shield and a gun you could use.
The B in the conference call.
Like a scalable conference call shotgun. I could kill Terramorphous, the Invincible, in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, you can beat it in like 10 seconds without getting hit.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It's still fun though.
Yeah. No, that game's awesome, and the plot's great, and like I love the characters in the game.
It's a great game. It's definitely a strong contender for best game.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you want to go into that one?
So
hey,
we're still talking about downloadable
I'm asking Twitter if you know any best downloadable games that we're not thinking of for downloadable content. Please let us know. What are we forgetting about?
So, but yeah. So, like, I don't know. As far as DLC goes, I mean, were there any map packs or anything for like Black Ops 2 or?
Black Ops hasn't any map packs yet. Just Halo just had it this week. The Borderlands DLC is good. I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've been so out of it with DLC and
1,
stuff.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 on here. We had 7 in the previous category. Are there 2 you want to drop off?
Has anybody played Happy Wars at all? Anybody?
Happy Wars?
I saw
it's
it
the free
at
Xbox
PAX.
Live Arcade game.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it looked fun. I didn't play it though.
And apparently a lot of people are playing it and liking it. So, but I want to play Journey before next week because that seems to be a big miss.
Yeah, people are really like, best game ever made. To me, just looking at it, I'm like, I'm just walking in the desert. But I know there's something I got to be missing.
Yeah.
Like that can't just be it. You can't just walk through a desert for 3 hours.
Yeah, you can.
Desert
bus.
I guess.
So, I mean, I feel like I could
read through the list. I'm sorry, can you read through the list?
Mists of Pandaria, Portal 2 Perpetual Testing, Skyrim Dawn Guard, Halo 4 Spartan Ops, Trials Evolution, Origin of Pain, Borderlands 2 Shift Codes, Walking Dead, Minecraft for the 360, and Journey.
See, this is another one for me that like I feel like Trials is I have that with a bullet. I mean,
Trials is a fucking solid game,
dude,
and a good contender.
That's
I don't know if both Trials and their DLC should be on there.
Yeah,
in fact, that's kind of double dipping, despite the fact the DLC was so comprehensive.
I would lump Origin of Pain and Trials Evolution kind of together as one.
Okay,
I mean,
that'll reduce us by 1.
But no, that's Red Links, man. Those guys are awesome.
Absolutely.
I need to go visit them. They're out in I think Finland. It's like
Are they?
I think so. Yeah. They're European based, but
that's interesting.
But they were sponsored the podcast not too long
ago. They were,
right?
You can get the free trial for the free demo for Trials Evolution on Xbox Live Marketplace.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we're doing we have 2 episodes a week.
I got thumbs up from Brandon.
Oh, look,
I think
Gavin's
I can talk
back.
again.
Welcome to the podcast,
But
buddy.
yeah.
Can I talk?
Time to wrap up now.
Just the fact that we have two shows, consistent shows a week in Trials. I mean, like we've got the Trials Pig, and we have Trials Files like every week. I mean, I love that game.
Great game.
Anyway.
Okay, so I feel like I can erase Mr. Pandaria from here unless someone
Yeah, I don't.
wants to defend it.
Bernie
So that brings it down to 7,
Bernie's
right?
looking forward to
1,
that.
2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Too many beers. 4,
Uno,
5,
dos,
6, 7, 8.
tres.
That's 8.
Gus, Gavin, now you can talk. Somebody on Twitter is asking about Hitman Sniper Challenge.
I didn't play it. I just played the full Absolution.
That was the pre-order game, right?
Yeah, it was a pure.
Yeah, Gavin is our resident go-to Hitman
I'm in love
expert.
with Hitman. You played Hitman too, though, right?
That game's amazing.
It's a good game, and it's
Kevin's so excited to talk now.
I've just got-
He hasn't been able to talk for
All
us.
right, this is a great one. Here's a game that was near and dear to our hearts this year that nobody mentioned, which is a non-retail downloadable game, Slender.
Oh yeah.
That was this year. That was a huge hit this year. Put it on the list.
Okay. Yes, sir. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Well, it's a fun game. I played it. It's an interesting game.
Did you play it alone with the lights off?
But the thing about Slender is like once you play it twice, do you go back to it?
It's really not a great game.
Yeah.
Is it even a game?
Why is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things like, oh, this is cool.
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list.
It's not a great game.
We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
We talked about a lot of
We
stuff.
just talked about it.
How about that game, Fez? You remember that game?
Yeah, I remember Fez.
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list.
Not a great game.
Not a great game.
Yeah. All right. What else? Okay. So what are we, Mr. Pandaria, knock it off. I'm gonna go ahead and say Slender, knock it off. Just go ahead and take it right
Fez,
off.
can you put it on and then knock it off?
Okay,
Just
Fez.
Just finish right it, then line right
go
through
ahead and
it.
scratch
Okay.
it right through.
It was talked about.
right.
Okay, so I guess we got to get rid of one more.
Okay.
Portal 2 perpetual testing.
I would. Oh, sorry.
That's a-
continue.
You want to bust out the PS3 and play PS All-Stars this week?
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
that game looks
Let's
awesome.
play Journey and PS All-Stars.
That's a retail game.
Super Sony
He's
Brothers.
just talking.
Is it a downloadable retail game?
What's that?
All Stars? No.
No, it's a
No,
yeah.
All Stars are retail.
a retail
bye,
retail.
Joe.
Sorry.
Okay, it's cool.
I was listening to
Skyrim Dawn Guard, Halo 4 Spartan Ops, Borderlands 2 Shift Codes, Trials, Walking Dead, Minecraft 360, Journey. I feel like all of these are really solid.
Yeah.
I would
I
knock
got one.
off perpetual testing out of that list.
Downloadable game, DayZ. That's a mod.
No, but it's Arma 2.
Yeah, you need to buy Arma.
Oh, but
Wow.
how does
Yeah.
it qualify? Like
Did you download it?
I did.
There you go.
But it's Steam. Like Steam has retail copies. Like if I did. If
I
didn't
think
use
this
Steam, I
category is
could buy
going to
it.
be like the same one day.
Yeah, but
won't
it's a mod though. It's not like we're not
Isn't
talking about
it
Arma
the
2.
same
We're
already?
talking about DayZ.
No, you're right.
specifically.
I'll put DayZ on here.
Yeah, it's a mod.
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if there was a mod for Halo 4, we wouldn't talk about that as being a retail game because you need Halo 4 to play it. We would just say that it's the mod, right? Specifically. Mm-hmm. Like Gary's mod would that be a downloadable title, right? But
Right,
you wouldn't call it like an
absolutely.
offshoot of.
Ray, have we thrown in
Half-Life.
Farming Simulator
We have
2013?
not, but I think it's a retail
That's
game.
retail.
Yeah,
Damn
it's retail. Spoiler
That-
alert.
We're adding shit.
That's a
okay,
game.
I'm with you. I liked Portal 2 perpetual testing, but I feel like we can
Yeah,
probably
I don't think it was the
trim.
strongest of the other ones on
Right.
the list.
I completely forgot about that deal.
Is Black Ops 2 Zombies? Is that not downloadable?
No,
right?
it's on,
No,
that's
that's
on
on the
disc.
disc.
Yeah, it's on disc.
That's its
Might as well be
own
a whole
game at this
separate
point.
game.
All right, I'm
One,
at the
two,
point now where
three,
I'm
four,
watching
five,
or
six, seven.
reading Twitter. So.
7. All right, that's 7.
Don't do it.
So those
cheating.
are our nominees: Skyrim Dawn Guard, Halo 4 Spartan Ops, Borderlands 2 Shift Codes, Trials, Walking Dead, Minecraft 360, Journey, and DayZ.
Worms.
3, 4, 5. 6. There's 8. There's 8. How am I counting this wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's the
There's 8.
jacket.
I would
It's all
probably.
the muscles. I can't think anymore. I can't use my
It's
brain.
the number
I
one.
love
been
the
added
idea of the
already.
shift codes, but I would probably knock it off that list.
No, I got to defend the shift codes.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean, it was
definitely.
like such an interesting idea.
It was a new concept. I will give
They're
you
still-
that.
are they still
If I'm
doing it?
looking at that list personally, I would remove Dawn Guard.
Yeah.
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 Listen, I think the
played
DLC
Skyrim.
is always going to fall out to actual original games.
Yeah, and I think that's why we created this. Well, that's one of the reasons we created this category.
What do you think is the best DLC of all time?
All right, no, just don't fucking derail me. I'm getting Dawn Guard off of here.
Nice. All right.
Best DLC of all time.
Best
DLC.
Gay Tony.
Gay Tony's
Hands
up
down.
there. Yeah.
No, I like that Gus just shut up and then immediately started contemplating.
Well, I had to figure
Shut
out.
up. Best DLC of all time.
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list.
And then take
Put
it
best
off.
DLC of all time on
Now
our list now.
Scratch it off.
God, let me think about that. Best DLC of all time. Come back to me.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
come right back at you, buddy.
I would have said the passing in Left 4 Dead, except they fucked it up because they released it for 2 games.
And you had to buy it twice.
That made
Yeah.
me mad as hell.
What do you mean they released this for two games?
It was released for both titles, Left 4 Dead and
But
Left 4
you
Dead
had to buy
2.
it twice for each
so
game.
it broke 2 games' perfect achievements that I had.
Oh.
You know what you
Did
just
you-
re-perfect them, man.
There you go.
Did you buy it twice then?
I would say Undead Nightmare.
Yeah, that Brandon just said that in my ear.
Oh yeah, that one's pretty damn awesome. That's
Yeah,
the Red
I
Dead
might
one.
say you're right.
What
Yeah.
about the Mass Effect 2 DLC? I feel like there were some really solid ones in there.
The Arrival was good in that.
The Arrival, that was the last one, right?
What was the one where you were kind of being stealthy in that mansion for a little bit?
Kasumi's Lost
I
Memory?
hate that.
Yeah.
Because that was toilet.
that was
Put on the
You want
list.
to add that to the
Scratch it
list?
It's not one of my favorites.
All right,
Yeah.
Bernie, keep thinking about that.
I
Let's
think
move
I think
on.
it's Undead Nightmare.
Do you think
I think it's Undead
DLC?
Nightmare, it's a
Do you
good
think DLC suffers from because, well, definitely the way we play games is we play a game, rinse it,
Yeah,
and
plow
then move
through it.
on, and then by the time the DLC comes out, sometimes I've completely forgotten how
I
to
hate
play the
that.
game. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know how to play Mass Effect. If I went back and played Mass Effect 2 DLC, at one point it was probably my favorite game. I probably would have said that. I can't play DLC of Mass Effect.
Mass Effect 2 is one of the best games ever made.
It is. It's
Shut
really
your
good.
mouth.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Mass Effect's not bad either.
No, we certainly we play games differently than the majority, than 99% of
I
the
know-
planet.
I know that.
We are the
1%.
1%.
we are,
Video games.
We are the
I
1%.
just know
Hive mind.
as soon as a disc isn't in my Xbox anymore,
It's gone.
maybe 3 or 4 years until I
No.
try and rinse what I've missed.
I think I tend to play games longer than all you guys, though. Like, I still play Left 4 Dead 2 on a regular
Why would you
basis.
do that?
Yeah.
You've already got 100 points, 1,000 points.
I like the game.
1,000%.
It's a fun game. It's,
15
the
yeah,
games
it's
aren't
great.
about just getting achievements.
Yeah.
We're from Achievement Hunter. Of
You
course
think,
they are. Why do you think we work at
we
Achievement
play
Hunter?
we play a lot of games though, right? So if Hitman DLC came out next week, would you remember how to play the game with everything we played?
Well, because it's only just come out.
Yeah, but even
Yeah.
still,
Even then,
we
you're
played
like
that.
three that's
Halo,
like 3 games back. I mean,
The
that,
thing-
Halo, Far Cry.
The way I like playing games, I realized this with Fallout 3, just only play it when all the DLC's out. I rinse the
just
whole
wait.
game and
Hey.
then... What's up?
Bakes is tweeting. Put Bakes. Can Bakes come out and go on the mic?
She might be running tech. If she's free, Allie, if you want to come
Bakes
out.
is saying Lollipop Chainsaw is a great game.
It's a
Hey,
great
don't,
game.
don't
game,
bother
yeah.
coming out.
Yeah.
that's retail though. That's
No,
we
I
haven't
didn't.
gotten
I
there
didn't
yet.
never mind, Allie. I didn't realize that's why Bernie was calling you out.
Yeah, bring her out.
We
Bring
could
her out.
just say
Bring her
that's
out.
a terrible opinion, and you should feel bad.
Hey, maybe we can load up.
Your opinion is wrong.
Bring it to make a case for Lollipop Chainsaw.
As
Hey,
best
Jack, maybe
downloadable
we can
retail
load
game.
up, Lollipop Chainsaw, and you can watch Joel play it.
There we go.
Jack, you just got faced.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. As we're going to Bakes, we holding on my face for Bakes. Hey, Bakes, what's up?
Hey.
This is Allie Bakes, everybody. Hey, Allie, what's going on?
In Mordor
Hey,
for some
not a
reason.
whole lot.
So
That's my emotion in the
Staying
background
warm
behind
with
Allie
some
right now.
sushi.
You're wearing a scarf. What is that?
It's a sushi scarf.
Sushi scarf. I have a bacon scarf somewhere.
Really?
I've lost it.
It's
though.
probably by the same person. This
we
is
don't care about
by.
the fucking scarf.
All right, yeah, what?
Your first appearance, and you're already getting yelled at by Gus.
Damn it.
I do mean to be a dick, but we're running short on time. So tell us why you are wrong and think that Lollipop Chainsaw is a great game.
Because there was references to Viking metal. There were references to like really awesome music.
Well, let me put it down
Arch
on the list.
Enemy.
Jeez.
They played Jimmy Urine, who was in Mindless Self-Indulgence. He did the boss battle music, which was awesome.
So you're all about the music.
So, so Brutal Legend
and
is like
the
your
fact
favorite
that
game
you
of all
get to
time.
play a cheerleader that kills zombies with a chainsaw. That's always kind of fun.
Tara Strong.
Fair.
Yeah, and Tara Strong's awesome. She does the voices for My Little Pony. She
And
did.
bye, Allie.
She
Thanks
just
for coming
did
on the
her-
podcast. It was good having you.
Bernie, you are responsible for this segment of the
Oh, no,
podcast.
listen.
Yeah, way to go.
No,
He's got his
apparently,
nose in his
apparently,
mouth. Am I not
Allie,
allowed
you
to
did
say
not
that?
make a convincing case
Hey,
for
hey.
Lollipop Chainsaw.
How many games do you play a month, do you think?
like.
All right.
Allie Baker!
Thank you.
5.
Allie Baker, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, guys. I'll be here all night.
All
right,
welcome
thanks,
to the
Literally,
podcast.
I'll be in the control room.
I'm not.
All right.
Okay, well, that's a great segue
Seriously, get the hell out.
for the best game for the podcast.
God,
awards.
you did it. It was your fault.
What? I want to hear what people.
You didn't defend her. You're welcome to defend
No,
her.
no.
Lollipop Chainsaw.
It's a good game.
No, it's a good game.
But it's a retail game.
Yeah,
but
it's
not game of the year.
Yeah, we're not talking about retail
It's-
games yet.
It's for the Viking metal.
She knows her stuff.
And Steve Piss or whatever his name was.
It's Johnny Urine.
right.
Clearly.
Fucking Tim Doodoo.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Okay,
What you doing?
best game. I've got a few listed here.
Borderlands 2.
I've got thanks Gabbers. I've got Mass Effect 3,
Obviously.
Diablo 3, Civilization 5,
No.
Sleeping Dogs.
Yes.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Sleeping Dogs, FTL. Oh, I guess that was a DLC game.
Well, you can get that on Steam, right?
Yeah. Anyway, Dishonored, XCOM, Assassin's Creed 3, Halo 4, Black Ops 2, Borderlands 2, Far Cry 3, and Counter-Strike Go.
Jesus.
Along the lines of Journey and other things that we are just compelled or kind of obligated to mention.
Isn't CS:GO downloadable, by the way?
What is it?
This is a retail release.
It does.
Oh, it does?
I would say
Yeah.
that's retail. I mean, Steam's a downloadable service.
Yeah, okay.
And that's a major title for them.
Boys must
I would
be
say
spread.
CS:GO would be
This
retail.
Steam-
But League of Legends is a downloadable title.
That was this year, or was that last year?
Whatever. We never talk about it because we don't play it. So League of Legends, we're probably not going to
League of
nominate
Legends
it.
has
Sorry.
this weird, like, every time I think League of Legends, I think MLG guys, and then I get mad.
We tend to not be
that make you
competitive gamers.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
like-
just not, you know,
like-
even like when we made the Gauntlet, the shows that we put, or the games that we put in the Gauntlet are not typically competitive games. Like, our guys are not playing StarCraft. They're
Yeah.
playing games that our audience plays. Like, they're playing Mario
Can
and
you
a
imagine
marathon.
us playing StarCraft?
That would be so
Realistically?
boring.
Dude,
No.
do you even Zerg?
What is that I don't even know what the hell you call it.
I would destroy all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does actually play StarCraft. But
But
like,
what is better entertainment value? Being ridiculously good at games or just being funny at games?
I think funny.
Like,
Yeah.
we've got a guy that's good at games. You should have seen Ray in the
Dude.
last Zombies.
I saw it.
It was-
He
It
fighting
was
like 50 zombies.
ridiculous.
Are they all right?
It was incredible. But it's like, I don't know, like, it's something about watching people where it's like, well, I will never be that good, ever, you know?
That pisses you off?
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, I mean, I don't know.
I've actually played quite a bit of League of Legends,
Yeah.
and I'm terrible at it.
But even like the StarCraft guys, it's like, I watched it, like, I have no idea what they're playing a different game than I've ever
Yeah.
played. I mean, it's a little different. I mean, like in actual sports, it's a little different. It's like, well, I will never be as good at basketball, but I can still enjoy it. I still appreciate it. But they're doing stuff that is just like, I have no idea what
Don't
the fuck
put yourself
they're
down.
doing.
You used to
Yeah,
be able
you
to
could
run
be Michael
10 miles.
Jordan. You could stretch your arm in Space Jam. Just gotta try.
I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
I was having an argument recently that with Jeff that Michael Jordan is more famous than David Beckham.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree with
Michael
that.
Would you
Not
really?
famous.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
absolutely not true because David Beckham is the most famous man on planet Earth.
Nope,
It's untrue at all.
wrong. You know
Maybe-
why?
maybe not here.
Not famous in America. You know what matters most? America.
Yeah?
American is worth like 5 of a.
I would say
any
Barack
other
Obama's
citizen.
probably more famous
You
than
put David
Beckham.
Beckham's
Yeah.
mug anywhere in like any of Asia,
I think
everyone's going to know who
I
that
think
is.
his wife is
Any
more
of
famous than he
Asia.
is.
Posh Spice.
Yeah.
I
Debatable.
think Barack Obama's probably more famous.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's only been around like 4
He's
or
still
5
more
years.
famous.
What does that mean?
Is he?
It's a duration
There's
thing, obviously.
people on the streets of America who who thought it was funny that Mitt Romney was the first American black president.
Wait,
What?
Whoa.
There-
No,
You're
He
telling me
is.
those people are going to know who fucking David Beckham is. That's what you're arguing.
I'm saying
You're gonna
people in this country don't know who Barack Obama is.
So,
People in like rural Africa know who Barack Obama is.
yeah.
Yeah?
They,
They're not gonna know
I've
David
seen like
Beckham.
stories about that.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a very globally recognized person. I think more so than
He's the
a
president of the
sports
United
figure.
States. He's
Yeah.
the leader of the free world.
But between the two,
Okay, let's
Michael
recap
Jordan.
the category really quick.
Okay.
For most famous
Right.
person. Michael
My
Jordan,
issue
David
is-
Beckham.
My issue is
Jordan,
that
put on the list.
Michael Jordan calms the chaos.
Well,
in the
mail
Windy
him a
City.
trophy.
my issue
Harry
is,
Potter.
is that people
Do you think can we get a podcast award in the White House, like on the
people
shelf up
in
there?
America think that what America thinks is what the whole world thinks.
Listen, you live in America now. Don't you know you can't say what people in America think? You're a person who lives
Yeah,
in America.
You're an American.
Yeah, but I'm
Are you
all-
tired of that yet?
But I'm all.
I'm British though.
So you
It's
know,
a fake accent.
So
From
you know who
England.
David Beckham and Barack Obama
So
are.
Have you heard
in the
Gavin's
best game
American
category, I'm going to strike FTL because
What-
they should
what-
have been downloadable game.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
a fun game. I liked it, but it doesn't.
That's
I
the game we were on
fucking
the
hate
ship,
that game
right?
because it's too hard.
But you started liking it again.
I can't beat that game on normal, dude. It drives me insane.
On easy or normal?
Bump it down to
Normal.
easy. It's okay.
Oh,
Nobody
easy.
needs to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't beat it on easy.
Yeah, I can't beat it on easy either. I finally learned how to get to the final boss. Every playthrough, I can get to the final boss battle now, but I cannot beat it. You don't care about spoilers for this game. So you fight the final boss battle. I actually destroyed him. I was like, yes! Then he disappears like, oh no, he warped away. You have to fight him again.
What?
That's like Ghosts and Goblins. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you beat him. Do it again.
Yeah, so then
asshole.
I had to go fight him again. I got to him again,
Enjoy.
and then I
But isn't that how every game works? You make the boss run away for 3 times, then you kill him at the end.
this game
Bowser.
is so fucking on easy. This game's on easy. It is
If
fucking
I'm struggling
tough.
on a game on easy, it's like no.
Well,
Yeah.
that's like
Go
like
fuck
Ninja,
yourself.
like Ninja Gaiden, right? Where it's like the early
Gaiden.
bosses in the game are like they end up popping up as like mini bosses later in the game. It's like motherfucker, it's like, you were a boss earlier, now you're just
I
a
like
mini
games that do
boss?
that though.
So I'll make
beat
a
'em ups.
suggestion. If you have played FTL and you liked it a little bit, go download an old game called Star Control 2. There's a game called Masters of Urquan.
Masters of Urquan. Yes.
It's somebody
It's a
made
free- it's a free
version.
game.
It's a free game. Somebody made it. It's a recreation of Star Control 2. Gus and I have both played it, and we both love that game.
You can play it on the PC. You can play it on Mac. You can, if you have a computer, you can play it.
Is that the game that we ended up next to the building?
Yeah, the Toys for Bob.
Yeah, we talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah,
great game. Star Control 2.
Okay,
so
and Star Control 2 is like if someone wanted to make Mass Effect 2 in 1990. Like that's the way I always describe it to someone.
Nice.
It's like going around the galaxy in a ship and like collecting people and resources to fight.
It's like a New Hope before they added all the special features, basically.
Hey, Ray.
Yes, sir.
As someone who's tremendous at video games,
Well,
gamer score is what, 300-something thousand?
330,000.
What is the game you've played that you're really just not good at? You just, like say Jack with Halo. Awful, right? What's your
I'm getting better at Halo, for what it's worth.
absolute rubbish?
It's true. A lot of racing games or RPGs I'm awful at.
You don't play
not
Skyrim
a chance
or
at all.
anything? Or?
Yeah, no. Like if Skyrim was competitive, it'd be awful.
Gus looks so ready to get back
apparently
on
I
topic.
liked you better when your microphone didn't work.
All right, I'm just go
All
for
right,
it.
okay, run down the list one more time.
My
Gus.
problem
what
with
are
Gus
we
is
what are we
this.
to now?
I just want to point out by even mentioning Barack Obama, now there's a political discussion taking
Oh,
place.
no.
Like we've had a political discussion. We didn't have a political discussion.
We just
and those of
made-
you telling us that you don't care who Barack Obama is, you still fucking know who he is. So shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, we're not talking about politics. We're talking about fucking people. We're talking about celebrity.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan,
Michael,
touching his arm. Chaos in the Windy City.
Okay.
He
Can that be
believes he
game
can
of the year?
fly.
best game. Tell me if there's any of these you think I should knock
Bill
off,
Murray.
and we'll argue about them immediately.
Fucking Murray.
Well, not
Mass
pure.
Effect 3, Diablo 3. I'm willing to knock that one off.
Yeah, that tapered off very fast.
People were mad at that
They had
game.
issues. There was issues with the server and all that stuff at the beginning of the game, and then it just kind of.
It didn't hold.
For the amount of hype for that game, that thing.
I will say I
dipped
played through it. I
quick.
think I played through that game 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things. Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus,
I
that's pretty
really
impressive.
played the shit out of that game, and I'm willing to strike it off.
Yeah. See, one of the first dungeons I got into was glitched, and I'm like, well, fuck this game.
I think the
And so I
auction
kinda
house might have busted.
Yeah.
Diablo a
Did you
little
read
bit,
that story?
little
The guy who
Yeah.
found an item in Diablo 3 that he sold it, and I think they converted the gold he got to like real money. It's like over 20 grand or
Yeah.
something like that.
Really?
And
How did
he
you convert that?
he had bought it off the auction house.
Oh, he did.
Someone found it,
Wait,
and
how
he
can
bought
you-
it for like 500 gold,
How
and then
can you
turned
convert
around
to
and
real
sold
money?
it.
Is
Well,
that
You can,
However they do it in the
You
game.
can cash
Yeah,
out
you
in
can cash out in
Diablo.
the
You
game.
can cash
Yeah.
out gold to.
So he
There's a
found
real-
like
there's a
what?
real
You
money
can actually
auction house.
you can make
Yeah,
money.
and you can pay money to get gold, and then you can cash the gold out.
he found
to
like
money.
the best
Does it-
build for the best weapon, and he like
So
sold it for like
you
20
could theoretically
grand.
farm that game for items, sell them on the auction house, and then convert in-game gold to money.
So you could play that game for a living.
So if
Yes.
you were unemployed like me a year ago, I'd be like, oh, Diablo 3, let's hit the caves today.
Yeah.
Why were you unemployed?
Because I worked at GameStop, and that sucked, and then I worked at UPS, seasonal, and then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna make videos and hopefully get hired. It worked out flawlessly.
This took
So
me 3 years.
Hey.
So
You
the
know.
best example of that
Congratulations.
is
Thanks, man.
Adam made like 120 bucks off an item he sold in the real
Yeah.
money auction house. Yeah, it's like,
Shout
well,
out to Adam.
he's doubled the amount he paid for the game. That's pretty
apparently EVE Online has a thing where
Oh, yeah,
when you
that's-
play EVE Online, you can get these things that then equal game time
Yeah.
because it's an online game, and then you normally have to pay for game time. But then you can sell the game time on a marketplace to where other people buy game time and
For
you
real
can sell
money?
it. Yeah, for real money.
Seems like the worst idea ever.
Yeah,
It's a whole bunch of
but you have to
microtransactions.
carry on your ship. You have to carry these things, and so people can attack you and either take them or destroy them.
Oh
and
my
apparently,
God.
the most money ever lost is like some guy attacked some guy's ship and he had $15,000 of the game
Jesus
time,
Christ.
and he just went destroy. He destroyed.
What is
15.
stopping from that guy turning up at your house and slitting your damn throat? It's
Nothing.
real. It's real money.
It's real money.
Don't
It's
do
it's
that.
Real,
grand.
it's real fake money.
It's
Well, it's real money.
It's real money.
Real money.
No,
Oh
there's
my
a great story about that whole EVE Online thing. Those guys are fucking crazy.
They're hardcore.
Anyway,
Oh,
the
and
list.
apparently they've lost up to $45,000 in one battle.
Oh,
Oh my God.
that's
Can
awesome.
you imagine being that guy? You just like turn your computer off and you stand up and you like go punch a baby. Jesus.
I need a cat to give birth
like-
so I
it's
can
like
punch
worse-
all the kittens.
It's worse than online gambling because
Yeah.
you're not even.
Just
oh my
uppercut
God.
a nun.
You're actually reminding me. We have a category
Going
for
to a
best.
church, uppercutting nuns.
You're reminding me of 2 online videos. I was gonna say that for best internet video, there's a great video of a guy in hardcore mode playing Diablo 3 and losing his character.
God.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
I
I
would him capturing that moment. He has the gameplay and he has the face cam.
Oh, the face cam. That's great. Great
and
feature.
it's
in
just
videos.
his scream is just so delicious. How he's like at a level 60 hardcore character or something like that. Level 50 is that the highest?
Yeah, he was pretty high. He was like
Yeah.
at the max level.
And then there's another one which I won't nominate for video of the year, but it was definitely one of the most compelling videos of the year of the bus driver who uppercut that
That
woman.
made me laugh.
God.
Oh wow, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that was.
Straight up.
I wouldn't want to
Should've nuked
nominate
her.
that
Why?
because
What,
the
'cause it's someone-
violent aspect of it. Yeah.
A woman getting hit.
Yeah,
much,
she was
yeah.
being
Yeah.
a
All right,
bitch.
well, here, game.
Yeah,
All
right, games.
So I scratched Diablo 3, Civilization 5, I'm willing to scratch that one.
Yeah, I would say scratch it.
I played quite a bit of that.
You know what? I am looking forward to SimCity, talking about like.
I don't give a fuck about what you're looking forward to.
I know what I'm
I give a
saying, similar
fuck
game.
about
Most
best games of
anticipated game.
2012.
I would scratch off Civ 5.
Okay. Sleeping Dogs.
That's you know what, that's a great game, but not a lot of people played it.
I was to scratch it.
Best underplayed game is definitely Sleeping Dogs. So,
I
you should play
think,
that
so
game.
here's a philosophy question about this. Should this be the game we all like the most, or the game that when you look back at 2012, everyone will remember 2012 for this game?
I think the game you like the most.
I think if that's the case, then Walking Dead needs to be on there.
Yeah,
well,
but
we have it in
downloadable.
downloadable game.
But I'm saying as best game. I mean, not or is this best retail game?
Yeah.
Is that where, is that
Yeah.
okay? If that's the category,
It's best
then yes.
retail
Okay.
and DLC.
I'm sorry. So it's not best game. It's best.
I think it's
yeah.
the best. I think it's the best. The game you like the most in the year.
Okay.
Dishonored. I'm willing to scratch that
I
one.
never played it. Looks good. though.
Michael loved that game.
I did not like that game.
Really?
It just didn't grab me. Something about the art style just bugged me.
That would
And-
that steampunk.
Yeah,
look to
I
it?
couldn't get into it. I mean, the gameplay seemed fun and fine, but the art
Just the way
style
it
just
looks, sorry.
kind of bothered me. XCOM, I'll fight you. Assassin's
fun.
Creed 3,
I agree with XCOM.
Assassin's Creed 3 is pretty good.
Halo 4.
Gus and I are so biased towards turn-based strategy.
God,
that anytime
yeah.
a turn-based strategy game shows up, we will probably play the shit out of it and nominate it.
I'm a sucker.
By the way, my XCOM squad, Gus, you got killed like a bitch.
I believe it.
You kicked in one door and immediately got taken out.
You
by
weren't
a
wearing the
bunch of aliens.
jacket.
I think there's DLC coming for
there-
XCOM as
there
well.
is,
Is
yeah.
there a game where you can replace everyone's face with the faces of your friends?
I'm sure sports games, yeah.
Yeah, they have the. Well,
Yeah.
you can kind of do that in Rainbow Six Vegas, but that's
Yeah,
just for your
Rainbow
own.
Six.
Yeah,
own
just for your own
person.
face.
I saw an article somebody just posted recently where they pretty faithfully recreated a bunch of celebrities as the main character in Saints Row.
Yeah,
Like,
I
they
saw
had
that.
Oh, that Bruce Willis. That one
Yeah.
was,
Yeah,
that one was
Bruce Willis is
crazy.
great.
Yeah.
All right, Case. What is that? It?
What was I? Assassin's Creed 3, Halo 4,
Yep.
Black Ops 2.
Yep.
I would take Assassin's Creed 3 off.
You would?
You would.
Yeah, people
It's-
that game, people were really disappointed by that game.
It's good. It has flaws though. I'll give you that. Like I know Gavin had an issue. Gavin had huge issues with that game, but it starts out slow,
Just a bit.
but it seeds the end towards the end of the game.
For
That if you-
what? For another game?
No.
We'll nominate that one.
No. Like without spoiling the game, the beginning of the game sets up to make the end of the game more relevant. Like
My
I don't
issue
know,
is-
I don't know how to say without spoiling it, but it's just like.
But I will say this, like, I played a lot of that game.
Yeah.
The first hour and a half were excruciating.
It's very.
It was
slow.
like I'm on this fucking boat and I have to go talk to people,
Yeah.
and it was like back and forth and back and forth. And then like an hour and a half into the game, you finally finish the boat ride, and then like the screen, the title comes up, Assassin's Creed 3, and I was like,
Yeah.
are you fucking kidding me?
Welcome to the game.
Yeah, it's definitely-
now the game starts.
I had two issues with that game. One, they changed the controls from every other game, which were the same. Like you would do like high profile, low profile stuff.
There's a
They
few
changed
things.
all that. And two, the first 6 hours were no fun whatsoever.
Oh.
Therefore, I did not continue.
Well,
to answer your
what-
question from before, Assassin's Creed 3 multiplayer, all flat that game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, yeah.
terrible.
But that's the one thing they didn't change. That's the same as
Yeah,
all the
the-
other ones.
the
The
multiplayer stuff's
multiplayer
great.
is still good. Don't worry about that.
Did you played 6 hours? Did you put on the assassin suit in those? I think you played for 6 hours before you put the assassin suit on, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I got to the point where I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I was playing hide and seek,
Yeah.
and then I pressed
Okay.
the off button.
You play for 6 or 7 hours before you put the assassin
Yeah.
suit on for the first time.
I didn't see
It's a very long
we
play
can
on the
say this
intro.
game has been out long enough that you don't start as the main character you play the majority of the game as. You start as another character.
So do you think they damaged themselves by saying, oh, in this game you play as...
This all sounds like reasons why it should not be on the list. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
well,
should we
it's
just-
discussion.
Yeah, I'm scratching.
All right.
it.
Yeah.
Even what
sucks.
you're saying, Jack, seems like reasons.
It
why
was,
shouldn't be on
Well, you
the
guys knocked off Revelation last year. Revelation was fucking incredible.
It
Like
was-
I'll say, Revelation is.
It was close to the top, though. I mean, it was like in the final like.
I still
7.
think Brotherhood
I
was the
think
best
so.
one.
No, what was the thing I got really pissed off that you guys marked off last
Revelations.
year? It was Revelations.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Revelations is fucking incredible. That's my
See,
favorite game of last year.
The thing is about
my
the
favorite
stuff that Jack likes is that he likes everything too much. Like, you hear Jack talk about Revelations or Breaking Bad, and he just ejaculates all over himself.
No,
about
because
it.
there's some things I'm passionate about.
Is he going like this the whole time?
But
Yeah, I gotta say, like even like the
it makes me
earlier.
like Jack talked about Breaking Bad so much that I didn't watch it. It wasn't until I went to Gus's house and he showed me it that I knew it was awesome. It's awesome, but you don't need to.
I'm trying to show my love for
He's
it.
passionate about it. I
you're
can't
loving
fault-
it.
I
You
can't fault him
can
for
be
that.
too passionate about things.
You can, but I can't fault him for that. If he loves stuff,
Yeah.
he loves it.
I'm
Yeah,
glad to
just-
share it. I'm
Might
I'm
be
sorry
passionate
that I
about
like
this
things.
And I do
That's
appreciate
Steve's
that the fact that Jack loves stuff and champions it. The problem I have with Jack, it's not a problem I have with you, but we
a
don't
problem.
match up. Is like stuff that I think is too much. Jack loves. Like, in particular, he mentioned a story in World War Z about the pilot. That has like a very Twilight Zone moment at the end of it where I'm like, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, I know.
And it was like so different from the rest of the stories in World War Z. I was like, what the fuck
Well,
is
in that case in particular, I was just running through stories.
I think the problem is that Jack is more passionate about some stuff he sees on TV than I have ever been about any event in my life, and that bothers me. Like he has more emotion.
Your problem.
I know. That's why I can't relate to that.
Okay.
Gavin, describe a single moment of passion in your life.
Yeah,
Like,
you
what
don't
is the thing
cry
where you've
at
been like,
anything.
Yeah, you have no soul, Gavin. We've discussed this before.
I'm trying to have a soul more.
like you like.
Man, I'm empty in the soul area. Let me just get more soul.
Yeah, to absorb more soul.
See if you can find a soul.
I will agree. I'm not saying that what you say, like Breaking Bad was amazing.
It's
Revelations,
incredible.
amazing game. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you like them too much, and your opinion is mental.
I'm sorry that I enjoy something more than your lack of soul can contain.
If I had described what does Gavin like, what does Gavin look forward to, the only thing I could probably identify is you like the game Hitman.
No.
But you don't anticipate anything or look forward to anything. Like, what are you most looking forward to?
No, you know what Gavin enjoys
right now?
You know what Gavin?
About loving
All right, my issue is this. My mic was off for like half an hour. All I did was sit there and drink, and now I'm hammered. So
Nice. You know what Gavin loves more than anything else on this planet is making other people miserable. That's his
What are
thing.
you
That's what he
talking
loves.
about?
You are a troll, like by definition. You are a troll.
People have fun.
Okay.
No, they don't. You have fun, you asshole.
So
I can
Okay,
give
okay,
him other things he likes more.
retail games. All right.
Black
ladies.
Ops 2,
Blops 2.
Borderlands 2,
Yes, definitely.
Far Cry 3,
Yep.
which I've been playing so much.
How good is that game?
I have dreamt about it the last 2 nights in a row.
That game is so good.
I have had dreams that I'm like in the jungle stalking people and murdering them.
So a good combination of On It and Far Cry
Yes,
3.
absolutely.
Amazing, right?
It's interesting you say that. It's really made for
What we
some-
should do, we
an
should
interesting
all sit
combination.
down and play a video game for like 10 hours, bosh some On It, and then see if we end up in the game that night. That'd be
It
an
worked for
awesome
me.
test.
But playing multiplayer in the
my
game
God.
with you.
Yeah, I was using a bow and arrow, and it's not in the game, but a spear. I was like,
All right. Okay. All right. So how many is that?
wait, and then the one last one, Counter-Strike Go,
I would knock that off.
which I'm willing to knock off.
A lot of people are saying like Spec Ops: The Line in the chat, which is an okay game, but the story's good. Like the gameplay's like cover-based third-person shooter. The story though is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So definitely, I would say check it out.
Do
But
you want me
definitely,
to put it on
it's
the
good,
list?
but not
yeah.
on
Can you put it on the list and just scratch it off?
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
there you go.
I gotta kind of toss out, even though it's very similar to previous versions of the game, I gotta toss out Super Mario Brothers for the Wii U.
Oh yeah.
New Super Mario Brothers.
New Super Mario Brothers.
2.
I would like to play that with you. At
Is
some
that
point.
It's great.
Is that 4 players or just 2? 'Cause I know that.
It's you can play 5 players.
Oh really?
Four
Oh, yeah,
players
'cause
with Wiimotes and one
we
with
should do
the
that.
new Wii
One,
pad.
yeah, one with the
whatever you call
Wii,
it.
the pad.
Yeah, we should definitely do that for
Yeah.
that thing we do. Rage
That thing
quit.
you do. Yeah.
Right,
Rage Quit or Let's
Do you know
Play?
what? Actually, when you
Oh.
go to start your level, Mario says, "Let's play." He
Yeah,
says,
he's actually said that in
Can we sue
Mario
for that, or-
64.
you should. You should try
Yeah.
suing.
If you didn't, he would say that in Mario 64 when on that screen when you could
You could play with his
squidge his
nose.
face and
Yeah.
like pull his
You could
face
be
out.
like Mario, Gavin.
all right, wow. Ray always makes it about my
Wow.
Well, you're very.
All right.
racist,
Okay. So we have 6
Do you
or
have
7.
any other games that you want to add?
I love
This is just my list. I mean, I didn't ask anybody else.
Go,
I mean,
go
that's-
over your list just one more
Yeah.
time.
New Mass Effect 3, XCOM, Halo 4, Black Ops 2,
Okay.
Borderlands 2, Far Cry 3, New Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yep.
XCOM? You just cut it?
It's on there.
Okay.
No, yeah, you're
It's
right.
on there. XCOM is the only non-sequel, like non-numbered sequel
No,
on this list.
technically XCOM is
Yeah.
a sequel.
I think I wanted to discuss Lego Lord of the Rings, but I think we've already discussed it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What about you, loafers?
Well, I mean,
I gave you.
I don't see the point in this category.
Why?
Halo 4.
I mean, Halo 4 is pretty fucking.
I think it's pretty clear that
We're,
I
we're
mean, that's
all
what we all play the
unfairly
most.
biased.
Yeah, we are a
I
little
mean,
bit biased.
We all came together over the love
Oh,
of Halo 4.
they're shouting on the feed. Skyrim. That was last year, though.
That was last year.
Yeah, Skyrim was last year, guys.
Yeah, well done.
Idiot.
we
we need Zombie U on the
I love
list.
you all.
No, I don't think so.
No, not Zombie U.
Zombie
Okay,
U
well, we
pretty
have
good.
7.
I have played Zombie U. I would say no, don't put Zombie U on there. I mean, it's really interesting. There's a cool thing you can do where you take that Wii pad and you hold it up and you can actually look around the room and like it's kind of like an augmented reality thing where you look around the game environment by looking around in the real world. That's about as cool as it gets in that game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just get fucking killed by a zombie because you didn't hit it the right way with your cricket bat, and you have to go out and find your own
Why
dead
is it
body.
every gameplay video I see is just cricket bats?
It's the main weapon you get, and you just end up bashing everything's head in with a cricket
I like
bat.
the, I like the
Someone
idea
commented
that
on Twitter that we have a lot of shooters on the list. newsflash, there's a lot of shooters on the market.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There we go. There's tweet chat.
There's the tweet chat we have up.
like the one thing about Zombie U that I like is that when you die, you become a zombie, and if you have stuff on you, you can go kill your previous self and get it all
Go
back.
kill yourself.
That's
Okay.
That's a cool idea. Pretty cool.
I feel like
Yeah.
they're also doing that in not Daisy, the War Z.
War, yeah.
It's the same thing where
So
if your character dies.
What's the calamity with War Z where everyone's asking for refunds?
Yeah, I saw that on Reddit. People
And
are going crazy.
people are getting really upset about they started this. Man, that's the last thing you want for a product is when
Reddit doesn't
getting,
like it.
or getting a refund becomes like a thing, and like
Yeah.
people want to post their refund
Or
letters.
their experience trying to get a refund.
Right,
And how they
yeah.
get denied.
Yeah, but how big a percentage is that of the whole people that bought that game?
Doesn't
But
matter.
if it
You don't want
becomes
beef.
like, it can snowball.
Yeah,
like
that's
once
the
you get
problem.
like that social aspect, like Reddit and Twitter.
Yeah,
4chan.
once you piss off a billion page view website, you're not, that's
Yeah.
not good.
Okay, so are we cutting there on games?
I think that's
Yeah.
I think so.
Good
That's
list.
7.
Did you scribble out everything except Halo 4?
We may have to
Got to
do
show some
something
love for
about
the other
that.
games.
If we bears mentioning a notable release, it probably won't make our list though. For downloadable game of the year is Black Mesa, which was the long in development mod for Half-Life.
Yeah,
That-
Black
that-
Mesa.
that
I mean,
Half-Life.
Natural Selection 2. Now that you mentioned Black Mesa, makes me think about Natural Selection 2, which was actually a downloadable game, I believe. I don't think they had a retail release.
Worth talking about. I don't think it'll make our list. Also, another game we should probably talk about because we've talked about it in the past. PlanetSide 2. You and I both played it. It
Yeah.
didn't really hold our attention for very long.
Yeah,
People love that game.
Yeah,
But it
people
was
are
a
loving
very
that game.
faithful recreation of PlanetSide, which isn't always the best thing.
absolutely. I mean, I played in the beta extensively, and I had a lot of fun.
Well, I mean,
with
like
it.
we all have to admit that we're not exactly PC gamers too.
I'm
it's like
getting to be more so.
Really?
Thanks to
Oh, he's got
this
that
bad boy.
That's
kick-ass
true,
thing in
you
his
have to-
lap
yeah.
that helps.
That is the Razor Blade.
the Razor Blade. The thing's
it's
awesome.
Is that awesome.
I didn't even know it was called that.
Okay, so I'm calling best game there.
Okay, good.
All right.
Best TV show.
Best TV show.
I've only got a couple of things on here. I'm hoping people can help me
Do
flesh
you
this
want
out.
to run through your list and then take credit
Let's
for
get
everything, or
let's get
can we
a
give
close-up
you?
on Jack as he says Breaking
Okay,
Bad. and
you
watch-
say I'm taking credit for everything, so you go, Jack.
All right, we're gonna do Breaking Bad for sure.
Okay.
Wait. All right.
Just gonna do one of these.
Walking Dead's gonna be on there.
Just gonna do one of these for a bit.
Okay.
What else is gonna be in there? Like, I mean,
No,
really-
I'm asking you.
I know. I'm saying really.
No,
Those are the-
you just said what else is going to be on there. I'm asking you.
Those are the only two that really have a shot. I mean, like that.
Oh, I've got some shit on here, my friend.
Oh, do you?
I do.
I could say you could throw Community on there. Community is great.
I will put it on here and immediately remove it.
I'm sure you
And
can
don't get
scratch
me
it
wrong,
off.
I'm a huge Community fan.
Okay.
I love Community. There is shit that is way better on this list.
Absolutely. But,
There's
we're
stuff way
discussing.
better on my
Okay.
shirt.
We're discussing.
Bloody right.
All
You
right.
haven't seen him doing this?
Community.
Ray, do you like My Little Pony?
No,
ironically,
this is
or
my
do you
thing, right?
No,
legitimately like
it's,
only
it's
likes it-
legitimately a good cartoon.
You're
You know what?
full
You know what?
of
You
shit.
want
No.
So stupid.
He's doing
Have you
us being
seen
assholes.
Have you seen
Everyone
Powerpuff Girls?
I'll get back to this when they're done.
Okay, go ahead.
Have,
Listen.
No,
agree
shut
to
up.
disagree.
We're not having a My Little Pony
Okay.
discussion on this fucking podcast.
Thank you. It's not ending up on the list.
Wait. Why
You know
is
what?
that making it on the list?
You know, okay.
Because it's my podcast.
You know
Shut
what?
the
You
fuck
know,
up.
honestly, one show that could end up on there that probably won't, but you should think about it. Daily Show. The Daily Show was fucking awesome this
Interesting.
year.
I'll write that down.
Because the
Election year.
The election year
Okay.
stuff was amazing.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's every day, right? That show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they do it for about 3 weeks out
There's
of the
no
month.
such thing as an excellent show that's on every day. You have off days. And it
Well, I mean,
ruins the
they're on 4
experience.
days a week, and
Does
it's
that ruin the
fucking
experience?
incredible.
Okay. Enough about
Okay.
the theory of television shows. Let's get down to the practice
Walking
of
Dead.
television shows.
Game of
Well,
Thrones.
I said Walking Dead.
Oh, you did?
That's
Yeah.
it. One thing he didn't mention.
Game of
Game
effing
Thrones on there,
Thrones.
yeah.
Game of Thrones.
I would throw Dexter on there. Dexter's been great this season.
I'll throw Dexter's Lab on there.
I actually feel like we should mention, this is going to sound weird, I feel like we should mention iCarly, which had its final episode this year.
How sad were you?
That was a long-running show.
How long was it on the air?
Nickelodeon.
Now, how
Yeah.
long was it on the air?
iCarly, how long did that run? It ran a long time. Those kids went from like
It's weird seeing
4
Miranda
years old.
Cosgrove and Drake and Josh when she was like 6, and now you watch this and she's like 28.
Yeah, now you can bone her.
Right.
Legally.
Ray actually vetted
Yeah.
that remark because when we were talking about iCarly earlier in the day, he said, I want to make a joke about having sex with them. Are they old enough to have sex? He wanted to make sure that was going to be
Is it cool?
Make sure it's all right.
He wanted to be offensive, but he wanted to be offensive within the normal
Without going to
bounds.
jail.
All right. All right.
Within the
All right,
boundaries
so
of the law.
Okay, what did I miss out of your list?
The other things
mean,
I
yellow,
wrote
right?
as well were Homeland,
I've heard that's fantastic.
Louie,
How about Supernatural?
and Modern Family.
You know, I've yet to watch Modern Family, and I know Louis this season, it started slow and got really good. I haven't seen all
I don't
the
want to watch
episodes now.
anything that's
Man.
on a plane.
Well, shut up. Do you have anything else to add to the list?
Man, all I gotta say, okay, things I want to add. We haven't mentioned Always Sunny. We haven't mentioned Legend of Korra, which is the sequel to Avatar animated show. And then Key and Peele.
Key and Peele is great.
Oh,
Key
yeah.
and Peele's great.
Was Mad Men going this season?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was.
I didn't watch it, but I mean, it was very, very hotly contested last year, so I figured I'd throw it out.
You know what's interesting is that what's that asshole's name? He used
John
to
Hamm?
Jack Pattillo.
No, he used to host TRL.
Carson
Daly.
So
Dog.
I don't like Carson Daly, but one night I was watching the Carson Daly show, and he had the guys from Key and Peele on, and doing an interview with them, and they showed like some bits from their show. I was like, wow, that show looks really fucking funny. So I started watching it on Hulu because it's on there, and it's a good show.
It's really funny.
There's
They have-
some funny bits
That
in that
sketch
show.
they did with the zombies is
the racist zombies.
the thing is about that sketch
This is the zombie locking the car doors.
every idea they have is just so simple
Yeah.
and it's executed so well.
Yeah.
You're like, how is it 2012 and nobody's done that?
Yeah.
It makes you feel like an idiot for not thinking
You can
about
see almost all their sketches online, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're on Hulu.
Like
and
that's
stuff.
a
I
great show.
watched it on Hulu, and that's the thing I thought is I thought why is this a TV show? Why don't
Yeah.
they just have a YouTube channel, and why don't they just release these skits as like 3-minute bits
Yeah, they each
instead
get
of
like
having
millions
like
of views.
Yeah.
They also, for the TV show, they do really like kind of weird stand-up between the sketches.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
that's
Feels
like a
really-
whole, that's a holdover from the Chappelle show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just feels out of place to me. Like,
Absolutely. Like that's what made me think about it. Is
Yeah.
I said I thought that the
having to
stand-up
fill.
bits felt out of place.
yeah, because they're filling time, right?
Right.
Just run the sketches.
And if they just did a YouTube channel, they could.
Dude, the bit with the
Kill on the
substitute
internet.
teacher reading off the people's names.
I like the
That's
party
probably
game
my
one.
favorite skit of theirs.
So good.
Have you guys mentioned Boardwalk Empire?
We have
No.
not.
I would like to add that. Have you seen the show? Anybody?
I have not.
Tremendous show.
I know the Griff, the dude from Men in Black 3 is on that show.
He is. Yeah, but he plays a much different character
Yeah.
in Boardwalk Empire.
He was
than
also
does.
he was in that Coen Brothers movie, and he was awesome in that movie.
Yeah, in Men in Black 3, he
it's
plays
called.
like this like kind of snivelly, weird alien.
Yeah.
Spoiler, some of the characters in Men in Black 3 are aliens. But then in Boardwalk Empire, he plays like a serious like hardcore gambler who's like big into he's like a teetotaler, and he's just big into numbers and luck and probability and all that. And he's great.
I just watched Men in Black 3 on this trip to Seattle the other day.
It's not bad. It's a good
It was
sort of
better than I was expecting. People had talked so much shit about that movie. It was
Yeah.
better than I thought
Dude,
it was going to be.
what's his name?
Will Smith.
No,
Josh Brolin?
Josh Brolin is
He was good.
fantastic.
He like, when he was cast to play George W. Bush in the movie W,
Yeah.
I thought that's a terrible casting choice.
And he nailed it.
Yeah, then when you watch the movies, like he really, I don't know, like picked up on the facial expressions and mannerisms. He does like a really good job.
Yeah.
With
But
that
no,
kind of
that Men
thing.
in Black 3 is like the sort of that perfect summer movie where it's like it's
Yeah.
just enough fluff, it's got enough action, got enough comedy, and it's
Totally
just
fine. I felt
you
like the
throw it
end,
on and just watch it.
the end part where like, I don't want to spoil anything.
The
where,
sappy
like,
stuff at the
yeah,
end.
the sappy part at the end. I was rolling my eyes, and
Well, this-
my wife watched it with me, and I looked over at her, and she like had tears like welling up in her eyes. I was like, they've been telegraphing this for 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I will say like at the very end, I was like, wait, how come the stuff? And it was like I started like questioning it, and it's like, is this different? And
Anyway,
Anyway.
TV shows.
TV shows.
So we have a huge list here.
We do.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Well, real fast, I'm gonna strike Community.
Go for it.
Sorry.
Go ahead and strike iCarly.
I'm gonna strike iCarly.
I wanted to bring it up.
Community is great. This was not the best season of it. though.
Yeah.
I
Do
think
me a favor, put My Little Pony on the list and cross it off.
No, I'm not
No,
even putting.
don't.
it on.
Okay, I tried.
you've got your
Okay,
your
so we're.
credit.
You know what? I'm also gonna scratch Modern Family.
Really?
Even though I put it on the list because there's other stuff on here that I think is way better.
There's a lot
I
of
heard
good
an
shows.
actual audible gasp from the other room when you said that.
Yeah, I heard it
Modern
too.
Family is an awesome show.
Yeah.
In fact, if you've never seen it, you are in for a treat.
I need to watch
Sophia
it.
need to watch it.
Vergara.
Is it on Netflix or?
It's on
Yeah,
Hulu.
yeah,
Okay.
Hulu. Yeah.
Sofia Vergara, she's very, very beautiful.
Yeah, she's one of us.
Well, listen, everybody on
We
that
got dibs.
show
We make
is
Pretty
awesome.
Women.
That is one of the few shows on the air, and it's got a huge ensemble cast. There is not a single weak link in that entire cast.
No,
the kids are great. All the adults are
That's not the
great.
thing.
They're amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're left with Breaking Bad, Homeland, Louis, Game of Thrones, Boardwalk Empire, Walking Dead. Already, this is like
That's
an
6.
all-star
I'll,
list.
I'll
of
retract
Juggernauts.
Boardwalk Empire.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll retract it.
So we got 5.
Leaving Walking
Even
Dead
though
on
it's a
there.
great
That's all I
show and
watch.
everybody should watch
Yeah.
Boardwalk Empire, I really season 3. I don't know that much about it. So.
Daily Show, I'm gonna have to scratch that one compared to some of these other ones. It's a good show.
But yeah, it's
But
such a different show than anything else.
If
on
I were
there,
going to sit down and look at Daily Show versus some of the other things on this category, I would watch the other things first.
Yeah.
It's up against tough competition.
Daily Show has also been around for 15. Jesus Christ!
Are you a
Gavin.
retarded person?
Dexter.
I would go ahead and you can knock off Dexter. I
Okay.
think I'm the only one who's watched that show.
Yeah,
Dude, Yvonne Stravinsky or Stravinsky, I don't know.
she in it?
She's in it this season, and she's beautiful and amazing.
Always Sunny. Legend of Korra.
I would knock
Key and
that
Peele.
off. I would knock off Legend of Korra.
Yeah, I haven't seen Legend of Korra.
People say it's really good.
Yeah.
Is it something you feel passionate about that we should watch?
Worth mentioning. Nope.
So I think we're down to 7 at this point.
So
then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So the final 7 are Breaking Bad, Homeland, Louis, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Always Sunny, Key and Peele.
So it really comes down to 2 on that list.
What does it come down to?
Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones.
It comes down to Walking Dead
Yes.
this season and Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Walking
I
Dead
think
this
it comes
season's
down to
amazing.
Okay. How about this? I'll say this. Breaking Bad. Technically, this is the first half of a season, and
that's annoying, that's
I
annoying.
would be willing to say like this half of the season can be lumped in with the next half.
Nope.
Really?
Nope. That's not how they released it.
No. Well then,
Well,
so the
Walking-
next season's not going to count.
Next season
Dead
will count next year.
So this is half of a season of Breaking Bad.
Well, it's half a season of Walking Dead.
Listen, Breaking Bad also won last year. Obviously, we would all nominate for the best show of the year. We all watched every single episode with bated breath this year.
Yeah.
God
But
damn.
comparing Breaking Bad this season to last season with Gus Fring, this is a great season. It's a great season, but also next season of Breaking Bad is going to be way better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Technically.
The cliffhanger at the end of this first half season
Oh,
or
but,
whatever.
but it sets up for the next season.
It's fun. It's like I can't wait for
I
it.
just think
I'm
if
so
you
excited.
have to use the phrase half season finale, you're an asshole and you shouldn't win this award.
So Walking Dead should not win the
Yes,
award.
it's-
there you go. Game of Thrones. Done. All right?
So Game of Thrones is one of those shows that I did not think I was going to like. It looked like so dumb to me.
It's probably because the people who tweeted about it forever, you're probably like, yeah, right.
Yeah,
This
and
can't
then
possibly be
I started
good.
watching it. I think I watched both seasons like in 3 days.
Game of Thrones is great. Game of Thrones
almost
pisses
a
me
week.
off though, because the whole the Targaryen or
Nobody
or-
cooks meth in it, you know?
No, like so the whole Daenerys.
White.
The whole
RJ Mitt.
All the
whole
minorities are
Daenerys-
dumb. What's up with that?
The whole Daenerys Targaryen storyline, right?
dragons, bitch.
The her whole side story with like with the whatever the blonde chick or whatever doesn't at all touch any of the other story, and it's like I don't understand at all. And apparently in the books they don't even touch yet.
It
And it's like-
touches. It touches before. It's part of the story. They bring her out to another land.
She'll
But, I
touch
mean-
you later.
But I mean, we're like 6 seasons away from them before her
You're
storyline.
talking about Daenerys Targaryen,
Daenerys Targaryen, excuse
who's
me.
one of the best female characters in the history of
God.
television.
Yes,
the
but
end of season 1 when she comes out of the
that
fire
was awesome.
was fucking
I'll give you that,
incredible.
Seeing season 1 where she's eating the fucking heart, that was goddamn
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's her turning point is her character.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's some. Don't get me wrong. There's some great stuff with her, but it's like
it-
I don't understand why do we need
it's-
her story with.
It's a good story.
It
And
is.
it's solid setup for further conflict. And like Bernie said,
It's like
her
7 seasons from now.
her
though.
story is, before the current story. It's like what the conflict that kind of started or set the tone for where everyone is now.
Isn't she supposed to be? Isn't she actually
Doesn't that make
rightfully?
it more badass though?
But
then
she's
she's
like she's
returning.
heir to the throne, right? Like she actually has
Her
rights
father
to the
was-
throne.
Everybody does.
the
That's
old
the
king,
point.
yeah.
Okay.
Everybody thinks they have rights to the throne.
But I thought like for some reason like her and her
her
brother.
father was the old king.
Okay.
The
who
Mad
got-
King.
The Mad King who got
The Murder
murdered.
King.
So
and
technically
replaced.
she should have taken it, but he got usurped by.
Technically, her
The
brother
brother.
should have taken it.
Okay. And yeah. Anyway.
But then he got.
yeah.
golded.
There's just so many plot threads going on, and they're all great, but I don't know. Like
It's great.
It's
They're
a
raw.
fantastic show.
Jack, let me put it this way.
I mean, don't
your
get me wrong.
argument. Your argument here is the same as me saying I don't like Breaking Bad because his brother-in-law is a cop, but they don't ever arrest him. I mean,
No,
it's the same thing.
not
It's a
at all.
huge-
No, because
it's a
they
huge,
don't.
long
They don't.
setup
They don't.
of
They don't
conflict.
focus whole shows on
Someone
the
get Jack a
brother.
tissue, and we'll carry on with this conversation.
I don't know. It's the whole thing is that like it's multiple characters,
an
multiple
issue?
threads
Where's the
versus
tissue?
single sort of isolated threads.
Best internet video.
Best in it.
Train simulator, bitch.
Oh, I didn't write that one down. I got to write that one down.
Train simulator.
I got a bunch for this one.
What you know? Train simulator, bitch. Watch the train go.
All right, we got to mention.
I mean,
we got to mention Gangnam Style.
yeah,
Yeah.
Gangnam Style's on there.
That's,
I mean,
actually the first one I wrote down. I
Yeah.
saw a graph today charting the views on Justin Bieber's Baby, which was the previous most viewed video on YouTube,
Oh, I think you meant he had a
versus
kid.
the views on
Wow,
Gangnam
retarded.
Style. And the views on Baby, it's a chart like this. It starts at 0 and kind of climbs and then goes through a nice arc.
plateaus.
And then Gangnam Style is just like
Yeah.
F you.
Yeah, like Baby did it over the
Smoke
course of
coal
like
every
2.5 years. Gangnam Style's been out for 6 months. Not even 6 months.
Yeah. But he hates American soldiers, so fuck that guy.
All right, name some other
Did
things.
you not hear about that?
Oh, do y'all want to name any other videos? I have a huge list here.
I mean, I already just named the winner.
Does it have to
so.
be made this year, or was this big for us this year?
I think made this year is how we define
Damn
the
it.
category.
Then I have to throw out Interior Crocodile Alligator, which we loved.
That was a good
I'm the best.
honestly, like pretty much all of those, the fail of the month compilations, you can just throw those on. Those are all amazing.
No.
I'm going to toss out, I'm going to put out there into contention, the Brazilian elevator trick. We love that
Oh,
one.
that's a good one. I didn't write that
was a
one
good
down.
one.
We can't put Rooster Teeth stuff in, can we?
We can want to.
A simple walk to Mordor.
There you go.
Am I
That's
right?
exactly
How about the
what I would-
Raytage?
No,
I
I
made
would.
a montage of my Let's Play
We might have a
moments.
category where the audience
Throw
votes
that
our
on there.
favorite Rooster Teeth video of the year. And mine would probably be you and Michael playing Slender.
That's a
I
good one.
laughed so fucking hard at
No,
that
that
That's
video.
one of those videos where, like, most videos we do, they get the views and then they level out. That video just is going up.
No,
still.
okay,
Like,
that
people
one-
Still watch that.
I
one.
could
also-
watch you screaming in that video.
I would also say, I would say Jeff and Gavin playing Skyrim doing the cabbage throw.
Oh, that's a great one.
God, watching
Trick shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trick
trick
shot. Watching Gavin jump up and down like a woman at the end of
The
that, and,
jumping
like trying to
pug you
grab
guys
on
do is
Jeff.
great.
I love your things to do and where you're annoying the preacher. Anyway, we're talking about our videos. Let's talk about stuff that's online.
Okay.
They're all
Do you all
internet
have any
videos.
others here? Fucking peanut
I mean,
gallery?
honestly,
No.
like this category, I kind of ignored just because Gangnam Style is gonna win, right?
Nah,
I mean,
No. Well,
No.
we have. There's a
What's fun to
lot.
mention?
You're going to be
Train
surprised
Simulator's gotta win.
at some of the stuff
All
I
right,
have.
Train
here.
I'm pretty
Simulators
sure I
on there,
forget,
okay.
like, the previous 8 months.
Yeah.
The thrift store
Idle
song.
some stuff.
Thrift store song?
Yeah,
I didn't even
we
see
can
that till
play some of
tonight. It
these.
didn't blow
haven't
me
seen
away.
I
Nah.
love that thing.
I
think
didn't
it's
blow
It's
me.
good, but it wasn't
Thrift
like, eh.
store.
Chinese guy stabbing the tire.
Oh, that's a great one.
I haven't seen that.
I call it Chinese tire revenge. Chinese guy like gets cut off by like a big truck, like a delivery truck, and he gets mad about it. So he takes out a knife and he goes to stab the tire. He stabs the tire. Tire explodes and blows his shirt off.
The fucked up thing about that is he stands up and then blood starts pouring out from
Yeah.
everywhere. You're like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
he's probably dead now.
I
so.
really hope we
Fuck.
never get rid of, like, the 4 or 5 second frame per second security cameras.
Right.
Because they're
CCTV.
way more funny. If it was like actual video, it would be like psh, brutal, his shirt gets ripped off. But the fact that it's kind of like, and then it's on the floor with no shirt. It's just
And there's
amazing.
blood everywhere.
And there's like steam, and then there's blood. It's
That's like those
up the
security
street.
cameras at gas stations where you see the tire rolling from the street that it, obviously kicked off an 18-wheeler
Yeah.
and just flattened the guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one with the
Yeah.
tire just comes flying. That's great.
Do you have
Seen
any
a
others
couple
there,
of
Bernie?
We got the train simulator one, which I loved.
I always feel like we missed something in this category. Every
Yeah.
Oh,
time.
it's always the
But
case.
I'm
In
sure
fact,
the
this would be a
audience
great
will
one for the
always-
internet to kick out to
Yeah,
us.
absolutely.
What are we missing, guys, for best
Okay,
internet video of the
so
year?
I've got some
I have
others.
some more. I have some more too. Though.
Okay, go.
Jenna Marbles explaining how sports bras work. That's a really funny one.
That's not. It doesn't work.
You gotta check first.
Somebody, when I was asking around the office today, somebody threw out the Burning Man hula hoop video.
That was
Oh,
a
that's
good
a
video.
great
That's the
one.
one with the GoPro.
Yeah.
stuck
That
to
was
the-
Alan.
That was Alan
You can
Mohammed.
tell because he's really excited in the back.
Alan
Shout out to
tossed that one
Alan.
out.
I think I sent that video to Alan.
I
as a
didn't want to
matter of
out
fact.
Alan. but
Okay,
yeah, Alan came up with
Jack,
it.
credit goes to Jack instead of Alan.
I'll
everyone.
take it.
And we've talked about
Sorry,
it
Alan, I
before.
tried.
I gotta nominate a Live Prude Girls interview. Live Prude Girls interviewing Bob Odenkirk is fucking
That's a good one.
hilarious. Really
Oh,
funny.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
They get some big names on that show.
No shit. They just had
hot
BJ
girls.
Novak on there.
Because
Blowjob Novak.
Blowjob Novak.
Good one.
Was on Live Prude
That's
Girls.
what BJ stands
Yeah.
for.
I've got some more on here. Is that all your list, or do you have anything else?
That's what I got right here. I'm gonna go to Twitter while
Okay.
you read the rest.
I've also got. We mentioned Gangnam Style, Coney 2012.
No, yeah.
It was a huge video.
It was huge.
I can't believe that was this year.
On the other side of that, how about naked guy in the street masturbating? Can we lump those together?
That's a great one too.
Cody
That's my
2012.
Friday nights.
When was the video of the drunk dude stumbling home?
That
was
we were
like
like
4
years
yeah,
ago.
that one won, I think.
That's like
Oh,
in the
it did?
90s.
It won.
Yeah.
No, you're thinking about the guy who went to go get more beer.
Oh right, yeah.
We're talking
I'm
about
talking
the
about
guy
the
who
guy who,
subway.
Yeah, that was
leans on the
last
stairs
year. We
and
talked
just
about it last year.
Yeah.
I've got Call Me Maybe, just because that was under.
Curly. How about the Miami Dolphins version of that?
How about the dude in the?
No,
Yeah, that one's much better than the actual version.
the German dude jumping on the ice.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that
was
was great.
amazing. We could get that up right now.
Go for it.
Gautier,
can't.
somebody that I used to know, but I'm willing to scratch that one off.
Yeah, that's a good video.
A music
but-
video.
Yeah,
Gangnam Style's a music video.
it's true.
The drunk guy in the backseat of the police car singing Bohemian Rhapsody.
I haven't seen that.
Props to the cops for letting him go on.
Yeah.
Wait, did you stop
Simple
him?
Walk into Mordor, which we already did.
Yep.
Bane outtakes.
Yeah,
which
That
is
was
we just
funny.
saw that now.
We
Yeah,
just
you
saw
showed that to
hysterical.
me. That was actually really funny. Well, parts of it were really funny.
Yeah.
yeah. And then finally, I can't believe you didn't mention this one, Jack. Kate Upton dances the cat daddy.
That's a good one. You know, you can also throw on there is that heavy metal cat video.
Oh,
The
yeah.
heavy metal cat drumming video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that one last week.
But
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, the Cat Daddy video is pretty great. That gives my.
This is a
approval.
long list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
and then
12,
there's
13,
some narrative ones that came out. The
17.
internet is becoming more narrative now with videos. So people are asking about Video Game High School by Freddie
Oh,
Benny.
yeah, yeah.
And
That was
also
really good.
Forward Unto Dawn, which we talked about
yeah.
extensively.
Fast.
So, I mean,
Shit.
it's
Yeah,
almost
those
like we
are-
need another category now for
Like
narrative
shows.
internet videos
Yeah.
versus viral internet videos.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make that, Gus. Put it on the list.
Someone is asking about something called the 1 pound fish video.
I don't know.
what that is.
That sounds
Sounds like
dirty.
a shock site.
Okay.
What about Grumps the cat?
Wow,
Tard the cat.
yeah.
Did he have a
Is there
video?
Why don't you go to
Yeah,
wildmv.com?
There is a video. I think New York Times or something did something on him, but yeah, but
Yeah.
that he's
He's
a
known for
meme.
like
Amazing.
Yeah.
stills and memes.
Oh, okay, I got one I got to nominate. Miami Dolphins cheerleaders singing "Call Me Maybe."
That's what he said.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry. Not that. I'm sorry. I was in Twitter.
No, because he said Carly Rae Jepsen call me maybe, and I was like, well, no, why not the cheerleaders
I like the
one?
dude, the bearded dude in front of the webcam with the bikini better.
Nope.
No.
No, that was a good video.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
I would do that one over the Miami Dolphins
I would.
cheerleaders.
It's funny.
Absolutely.
You see people's reactions.
Says the
and
Mary
sing along.
Ann.
Absolutely. Like it's not just a bunch of hot chicks.
Yeah, I
it's like
wasn't
a
saying
dude
it's a
with like a
joke.
funny gimmick
Yeah.
and
It was chat roulette, right?
Yeah,
Did you see the
I
chat
think it was
roulette
Omegle,
video?
actually.
Was it? Well, did you see the chat roulette or Omegle video of the guy who sang a song about a girl he met? Like it was like he had set it up, and it was a whole like choreographed thing where it was like it started with her, he got her name and then started singing the song.
That's creepy.
And then like they started like the camera started moving and there were people in the room and like they started incorporating stuff.
That's creepy.
It's hard to explain, but it was really incredible. I don't know if that was this year or last
I think
year.
the
I think,
internet
it was,
brings
I think
out.
that was last year.
It brings
Yeah.
out creativity
So-
that people wouldn't get.
Monty texted something.
I just got it
I
too.
don't- I don't know if it really counts, but the Red Bull jump from space.
No,
the
yeah,
Felix
it's
Baumgartner.
Felix Baumgartner.
God, no.
Yeah, people on Twitter are saying the same thing. I mean, it's relevant. It was an online video.
Absolutely. I think there's other things
But
on
that was
here
like a
that are
live stream. I
that are
don't know
better.
how you count that.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah.
It's like it's still internet video. The category technically is best internet video.
Was that not streamed on TV? I thought it was on Discovery or something too. So technically, it'd be a TV show. You lump it in that category.
Yeah, that's complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start eliminating stuff.
Okay, let's do it.
Gangnam Style,
Just
That's
knock
it.
it off.
Coney 2012.
Get rid of that one.
Coney 2012. It's,
Yeah, take up Cody 2012.
I think the whole like controversy after the fact kind
It's
of
really
kind
funny
of really
to just
muted
look
that.
back on that.
I mean, that might have been the definitive video of the year to define the year, if that's one of the philosophies for voting for these things. But then Gangnam Style
Did
just
you-
blew that away.
That
Yeah.
was a thing for like 3 minutes.
Did you watch it?
That Coney
Yeah.
thing.
I refused. The fact that I saw it so much, I just refused to watch it.
I think it was a half an hour long.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I didn't
also
watch it.
gonna scratch Call Me Maybe. I just
Yeah.
put it on here.
Yeah.
All right.
German dude jumps on the
That's
ice.
gotta stay.
That's gotta stay.
That's gotta stay.
God,
Mein
man.
Ass. Or what is he saying? Mein Assen or something like that.
He's toxic.
He's so German.
My girl.
It's great how he just pumps himself up before
His
he does
spine.
it. He's like,
Yeah.
His spine like turned around and came out of his mouth.
oh, is that what happened?
Someone's saying Monty's Ruby teaser.
Oh, there you go.
That's a Rooster Teeth
They
video.
mis-
Yeah,
they
I
misspelled
feel like
fucking.
we have to ignore our own stuff. So I'm gonna
Sure,
also,
that wins.
I'm also
yeah.
gonna, I'm also gonna
Closed.
scratch Simple Walk into Mordor. We can't vote on our own stuff.
Yeah,
Drunk Guy Sings Bohemian Rhapsody.
that's pretty great.
I don't know that one, but okay.
Oh, you don't? No.
It's a great video.
It is good.
Kate Upton dancing the Cat Daddy.
I say we go ahead and leave that on there.
You know, she's all right.
Bane outtakes. I'm going to scratch that one.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that until today.
Diablo 3 hardcore mode.
God, dude.
That's a good one.
It's
On
called
the
Francis
spin.
loses a level 60 monk, I think.
Okay. A train simulator bitch. We got to leave that.
That's
yeah,
good.
that's
It's gonna win.
Brazilian elevator prank. Got to leave that. Thrift store song. I haven't seen that one yet.
It's okay, but it's not like.
Scratch that off.
Yeah.
yeah. I'll let them veto it if they want to.
All right.
Burnie, I
Chinese
like
guy
it.
stabbing tire. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Jenna Marble sports bra.
You can have that one too.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
see that one.
Burning Man hula hoop. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Live Prude Girls, Bob Odenkirk. That's a good one. Heavy metal.
Heavy Metal Cat.
Heavy metal cat.
What did you say first?
Cut.
Whoa.
Someone else.
I know. That video is awesome.
Video game high school and Ford on the Dawn. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh, that was a close guess.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's like double of any other category.
But it's also our category too. It's kind of like that. The internet. We live on the internet, so.
Did you ever see the video where the woman in Minnesota calls into the radio station to demand why the Department of Transportation in Minnesota keeps putting the deer crossings in such high traffic areas? Have you heard that one?
That's a great one.
Is it? Yeah. So that's another one that was pretty popular.
I
this year.
wouldn't put it on this list. There's other stuff, obviously, that's better.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable having this one be bigger than the other ones.
I'm fine with that.
Because then we can put a bunch of stuff in the link dump.
Yeah, a lot of chance for
It's a
people
lot
to
of
get to see
videos
the stuff.
for,
There's a
for
bunch of
people to
stuff that you want to see.
These are all really good.
Yeah.
I think we got
And there's gonna be something we forget. We'll come across it later and be like,
And when
damn
we
it.
do our awards actually next week, we'll see what the feedback was.
Yeah.
Best short video of the year was there's a 12-second video called My Brand, and it's a Gary's mod video with the Mass Effect characters about getting contacts.
Did Barbara just send that to you? Because she
No,
loves
we
that
talked
fucking
about
video.
it earlier though.
Yeah, it's a
I think she was the one who brought it up earlier.
it's a parody of that 1-800-CONTACTS
Yeah,
commercial.
my brand.
I have special eyes.
I almost kind of regret. There's not much to regret about Source Filmmaker, but Source Filmmaker coming out really does kind of kill all the Gary's mod videos that were made for years, where all the characters walk like this.
Yeah.
Well, I think
No, you can
that weird, the
watch,
feet
like,
dragging.
The professional ones in the
only thing I
Steam
saw in
thing,
Gary's
or you
mod
can see
was-
Gary's mods.
That's
That's a gif.
like going like this and eyes.
But that's
like,
funny. People are talking and they're like,
Yeah.
Man, I will miss those if people stop making Gary's
no,
mod videos.
I think it'll stick around. It's a different category.
yeah, exactly.
altogether.
That's what I was saying. They're two different
Yeah.
things.
There have been some great Source Filmmaker clips too. I mean, there's some really
It's
good
an
ones.
amazing tool.
Yeah.
It is
It's
amazing.
fucking
Well, I mean, considering
crazy.
like all of their cinematics have been made in that, like the last like
weird
5
though.
or 6 years.
It just looks so. It looks almost too professional for me to think that someone made it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild.
What? You think a computer made it?
No, I mean like.
Man, that robot
just
can make some good videos.
Right.
Beep boop boop bop.
So is that it? So is that all the categories?
That's all the categories.
Wow.
We've been through them.
Do we have a trophy this year? Like, did we
No.
even make a trophy last year?
We didn't make trophies last
All
year.
right.
Because Gavin mailed the one from 2 years ago, so
Oh, man.
Well,
I have a surplus of trophies I need to get through first.
I think every time I see Chet from Valve, I always bring up the podcast, and he's like, "Oh, I've got your flip. I'm going to send it back." And because they won the first year we did
I
the
just saw
podcast.
him
did you?
up in Seattle when I was there.
Nice.
Was by any chance was the Screaming Goat this year, or was that last year?
Oh God, the Usher one.
The Usher Screaming Goat.
By the way,
Goat that screams like a human. I'll look it up.
it's
speaking of being in Seattle, we went to Child's Play dinner,
Yeah.
right? There is something. If you haven't done it, I absolutely recommend this.
It should be good.
Donating to children.
See Jen Taylor deliver lines as Cortana in real life.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
amazing.
Yeah, just go, please go. Just go do that. I mean, I don't know why you haven't done it yet. I mean,
her
if
up.
you haven't done it, just go. I mean, why
There's
not,
just something
right? Gavin highly recommends it.
She just starts talking to this
Fucking
Cortana.
idiot.
She starts talking to this Cortana, and I'm just like,
Aw.
just keep saying things.
Wasn't there a live
It's
auction
great.
thing where she would do your voicemail for you?
That's they
It was a tour of 343 as well as voicemail message by Jen
Oh, so it
Taylor.
was like a lumped in
Yeah,
thing?
there was a Steve Downs
So that
one
would
as
have been
well.
a thing, because typically Rooster Teeth, we try to bid on one thing every year. Like this year we got all the cool props in here. But if we got like, that would be cool if we could have like, you know, Cortana do our voicemail messages for The Office. Like just.
We should have her do like.
No, actually, we had for our automated system when people call the office. It's not like this for a reason. We had Sheila, the
Oh,
tank,
that's right, yeah.
who was going to be the voice like of everything and like the automated voice, which is going to be Sheila. But then we realized our phone would just get choked by people calling to hear that. You know
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
is true.
So that does not exist.
doesn't exist,
Do
yeah.
not call us.
Yeah.
It is a boring.
I mean, it might.
I think it's you, actually.
no, it's not me.
No, it's an automated
It's an
system.
automated
really?
system.
Oh, man.
In fact, we don't even have phones.
Yeah.
They don't exist. We don't have phones or email addresses in any way. So
Yes, we don't have phones or email addresses.
Okay,
We're
we
little
are
behind
on the
Can I-
verge of having the longest podcast ever.
Well, let's do
Can
it.
I
Let's go.
briefly-
Let's break through that threshold,
No,
guys.
can I
Come on.
briefly just talk about jizz for 1 second?
no, how about we don't? How about we
I
don't?
just wanted to ask one question.
How about we don't do that?
I'm interested in your jizz.
This is a conversation I was having earlier with Ray.
Oh yeah, this is a good conversation.
How long does semen last outside of a testicle?
I don't think
For
it,
what? For human consumption? For what do you mean?
Oh,
Like
God.
say,
how long
okay,
are sperm still alive?
so say for when they make a baby in a test tube or whatever, they get the jizz out and then mix it for
After this podcast, we're gonna sit down. I'm gonna show you how Google works. Okay? You get answers to all these fucking questions.
Don't type in jizz in Google.
But like, could you?
Why do you want to know? Why do you want
I
to
want
know?
donuts
I
now.
think it'd be funny to make a baby
Go ahead.
from a smattering of jizz that was on something, like a fridge.
his whole thing is
Or-
like,
That would be funny.
Just like, imagine being able to say.
why are you jerking off in the kitchen?
I just
Why
imagine
are you
being
turning off on the fridge?
just imagine being able to say, I was once a streak of jizz on a fridge, but then I made it to the egg,
I made it, guys.
and then I was born. It'd be funny. No, every like droplet of semen that's ever been made into a baby just went straight for that purpose.
Why do you choose?
I've been sat here for half an
fridge.
hour without a mic.
No,
I've been
but
thinking
why
about
the
things.
fridge though? Why not like
A sock.
I was like in a tube and I was thrown out of the space station back onto Earth.
That would work as well.
Well, no, it is one of those things where it's like that nobody really
Gus, don't be
has
ridiculous.
any good. Nobody has any good conception stories. Like nobody knows the story of their conception.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
Nobody wants to
parents
know.
bang.
Yeah,
Bingo.
right.
But I don't know what I was doing when I was a sperm. Did I just go straight in, or did I like?
Have you?
No, you
Okay,
circumcised.
let me tell the way the story would actually work out for you, Gavin. Here's the way you're going to have to tell the story. You'd have to tell the story. My dad jerked off in the kitchen. So now you have to picture your own dad jerking off in the kitchen.
Have you ever done
That's
that?
the way that story gets told.
Have you ever
Not
done
as
that thing
interesting.
where you work 9 months backwards from your birthday to kind of figure out when you were conceived and
Yeah.
see if
No,
there's anything
isn't
interesting
it
going
10
on?
months? Really?
It's 10 months. Yeah, you just go forward 2 months.
You know what was 10 months before my birthday?
What's that?
My parents' wedding.
Wow.
Oh, honeymoon.
Like,
Wait, what?
like to the day.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Mine
You
would
had the
actually would have been right around Valentine's Day. Then if it was 10 months, so hey, there you go.
Yep.
I just think
Okay, enough
On
about
that note-
jizzing on
By the way,
refrigerators.
spring break.
Shout out
I
to
guess.
my dad. It's his birthday. Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Dad.
there you go. Wait,
He
Hey.
turned 50.
So
Big
what's 10
5-0.
months before this? January.
So your dad is Joel? Sorry. Guys always go to for the Joel age.
I love you, Dad.
is he called Ray
All right.
Narvaez Jr. Senior?
Hey,
Yeah,
wait,
I
have
call
we
him
crossed
King
over the
Brown.
longest yet? I want to do this. I want to make it the longest.
I think it already is the longest at this point.
Hey,
Yay. Happy
Gavin still has
birthday,
a half
Dad.
hour to make up of talking.
That's true.
Okay, well, while we make up Gavin's half hour,
Today I ate at a great place, and I did something I haven't done in a long time. I tweeted a picture of my lunch. Today I ate at Gordo's, which was the trailer that serves fresh donuts. We should actually give a shout out to Dom on the mic too, because he runs the RT podcast
Hey.
Twitter.
Hey,
That was
shout
it.
out.
All right, hey Dom, who's right over here. I went to the Gordo's restaurant. They moved from the trailer. In Austin, they will start a cool restaurant in a trailer or a food truck. They will develop a following, and then they will move into a restaurant. And Gordo's did that. Today I had a...
wait, they have a restaurant? I thought they were still. I've only been to the trailer on South First.
No, it's gone.
no,
That's
no,
gone.
they have a trailer still on South First, don't they?
Oh, they
still
do?
have- I think they still have a trailer.
Oh, they moved it from the Alamo.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, they do have a restaurant. It's where the old Kirby Lane used to be on South Lamar.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
You should go. It's awesome. I had a club sandwich where the 3 pieces of bread were actually 3 donuts.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Yeah. And you haven't lived until
Your
you
12's gonna
haven't
hate
looked
you
at your
later.
plate and thought, should I eat that piece of donut that has mayonnaise on it?
Yeah. So when Mulligan's was still around in Atlanta,
Right.
Matt and I ate a ham dog there, but we also ate the Luther Burger,
Right.
which is a cheeseburger with served on Krispy Kreme donuts instead of hamburger buns.
They have about 8 of those. 8 different kind of burgers served on donuts.
Do you ever just look at that and just shit your pants instantly? Like you just look at it, it's like,
You know how your body,
let me just get this out of the way.
your body just rejects stuff. If you do too much stuff to it, like if you just keep drinking milk, your body will eventually be like, all right, enough milk, boke. But
Boke.
why doesn't the body
I mean,
just?
vomit's good too.
Why doesn't the body see something and reject it? Like
Will
you
you do the
shouldn't
milk challenge
physically.
with me? Will you do that?
Do it.
Can we
Will you
film
do
it?
the milk challenge where you drink a gallon of milk in an hour?
Photo. We got a photo up on
Oh, that's your
That
that's
was-
your
that was
your lunch,
good.
Bernie.
No, that's not
No,
what I
that's
ate.
not- what is that?
False alarm.
That's bacon.
That's bacon on a
is that
donut.
flying
Brandon,
pancake?
what is that?
That's like oatmeal bacon.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Hey, I will do the milk challenge with you, Bernie.
What's the milk challenge?
If
You
we
drink a
film
gallon
it,
of milk in an hour.
if we
saw-
film it in slow mo, we'll do it, right?
Oh, dude, nice. We'll get Dan.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That shut him up.
Nice. Hey, okay, real quick before,
Hashtag
before we
Dan
end, can I mention we have our Achievement Hunter holiday prints coming up this week at some point?
Those things are badass.
We have I think we have an image of it, but we have it's a limited, super limited edition print. This year I asked a guy who won a holiday contest last year. Like we did this graphic contest and he won, and there we go. We got it up on the stream for those who are watching. I was like, hey, we want to do a Christmas card to mail out to our gaming company friends and stuff. And he sent in this piece of art that I was like, well, okay, we can't keep this away from people. So we talked, we're going to do a print of it. It's very limited edition. It's coming out this week, either tomorrow or Thursday, but I'll tweet about when it's going to go on sale. So I think we have 500. They will sell out very, very quickly. So if you want one, you should buy it, and it's fucking awesome.
Why is it that I'm trying to stab somebody?
Why am I the
even holiday?
As if Michael would wear that shirt.
Look, I'm getting choked by Jeff and elbowed by Gavin.
Why is Ryan gonna Michael Jordan slam dunk coal on my head?
or Michael, who knows? Anyway, so that's
Ryan,
going to be
not
available
Caleb,
on the
by the
Rooster Teeth store, roosterteeth.com/store,
I-
and it'll be
I
available.
really wanted to talk about the Gauntlet this week because I felt like this was a fantastic episode.
What was it this
Before
week?
last
Was it,
YOLO.
was it Mario this
It was
week?
the Mario one. Yeah, it was really stressful to watch, despite the fact I was there and knew the outcome.
Nice.
It's a really, really good episode. I highly recommend you check it out.
Nice.
Anyway, that's it. I think we really need to wrap up.
Now let's go for another half hour.
No, it's late. We all want to go
You
home.
looked at
So
your
thanks for
watch.
watching, everyone.
I looked at
appreciate
this.
it.
Gavin looked at his watch. I'm like, oh, fuck it on the clock.
Dom,
Watch.
come over here and wave. Say hello.
Bye.
Bye,
Come
internet.
join us for the credits.
Bye, internet.
Where is he?
I see you sitting in your house and you don't know what to do. You open up the computer and then you realize what you wanna do. Rooster Teeth, Rooster Teeth, Rooster Teeth, yeah, Rooster Teeth podcast, Rooster Teeth, Rooster Teeth, yeah, Rooster Teeth, Rooster Teeth podcast. Ready for some awesome, cause it's gonna be freaking awesome when you listen to the Rooster Teeth podcast on iTunes.